Okay. Okay, we're good. We're good, Eric.
Can you say your last name again one more time for me, Daniel?
Um,
Daniel.
Yes, Alcocer.
Oh, closer. Okay. Thank you.
No worries.
okay, Eric, you want to hit record here in five,
Hold on. Oop.
4,
Yep. Oop.
huh? Huh?
Yeah. Whenever you're
Huh?
ready. Yeah.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
3, 2, 1, 0. Record. Okay, Daniel, you don't have to worry about recording. We got a little trick to get your audio out of here. Me and Eric just have to record for post processing.
Okay, great.
Oh, okay, good, 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 good. I didn't realize what your app was until right now, Daniel. This is cool, cool, cool. Okay, Eric, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I suppose I'm ready. Welcome to Android App Addicts. This is episode number 320. This is the show where we talk about Android apps for your phone, for your tablet, for your TV sometimes. We like to introduce new apps, let you guys find out about them, and enjoy them with us. Um, I am Eric Ardini, the host of the show tonight. Steve Cherubino is feeling a little under the weather, so we've just got a shorter crew tonight. I'm joined here with Door-to-Door Geek, Steve McLaughlin. How are you doing tonight, Door?
Hey, Eric. You know what? You don't have to worry about not being introduced now.
Yeah, I can actually introduce myself. I don't have to worry about being left out.
That's a good thing. I'm doing good. I've had actually a better week than the last couple weeks with the getting hit and run and being called into my son's school. This has been a very calm week. I hope your week has been okay. Have you been getting crazy weather up there?
Crazy weather. No, not too bad. We had a bunch of snow like a week ago. I've been crazy sick, and I think I gave my virus to Steve on my last Ogg Vorbis
Well,
file last week or
well,
something.
you guys are both on Windows. I'm just saying.
Oh, that's true. We are we are susceptible to viruses. Yeah, I suppose that could be. Also on the show, we sometimes like to have developers join us, and tonight we actually have a developer, and this developer's name is Daniel Alcocer, and he is the developer for Side Chef, step-by-step cooking. Well, we brought this to the show. I think Dor brought it a few weeks back. And Daniel, how are you tonight?
I'm doing great, thank you.
So Daniel, we're going to do this show all about you and your app. So can you
Okay.
tell the listeners a little bit about Side Chef, what it's
Yeah,
about?
definitely. So we'd like to say here that SideChef is very similar what GPS did for driving. It's step-by-step cooking. It guides a user through a recipe with instructions and photos. Users can even generate their own content by adding recipes. It'll handle things like metric and imperial conversions for you, and it's just meant to streamline the cooking process, and it's meant for novice users as well as even more advanced chefs.
A lot of people probably think, well, it's like a recipe app then, right? If anybody hasn't seen Side Chef, it's quite a bit different than any normal recipe app. You want to explain kind of what you guys do different? I mean, it's a beautiful app for one, just a joy to use.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Well, I would say what sets us apart specifically is that on our app, as far as we know, we're the only app that allows you to upload your own recipes so that users can like I said earlier, generate their own content. But I think we're also the only app that also has the step-by-step process where you can just one step at a time. There's like a photo, there's instructions, there's even like a tip, and it sets timers for you if that step calls for a timer. And it really just guides you through the process so that anybody can cook. And that's really our goal, is to allow anybody to cook, even someone who's never cooked before. And we even have instructional videos where if there's in that step, if it calls for, if you need to chop an onion or something like that, it has a video to show you how to chop an onion.
Yeah, that's the thing I noticed first about the app when I was using it. It was full screen, just beautiful pictures of every step. step by step, and then, like you said, you can set the timer. You don't have to go. You don't have to really go back to the app and follow and go back steps to see where you left off at. Where you just set the timer, and it's not going to go to the next step until you're ready for it.
Right. Yeah, and our content team has done an amazing job with getting really high quality photos and good recipes from bloggers around the world. So props to them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'll tell you, the beauty of this app, to be honest, is only matched by the simplicity of it. And I don't want to say calling it GPS is an insult, but it's more like tutoring because
Mm.
it literally hold your hand. I cook like half the meals in my house, and I don't really know what I'm doing. I just watch her. I just watch her cook once, and then I try to repeat those steps. So with this app, I was actually able to make something new. In 10 years of marriage, I was finally able to make something new, and she liked it. That's believable. But I mean, the real reason I brought this app was because I was hoping to influence our main host, who's not here, Steve, to start to cook. He cooks nothing. He's a single guy, single his whole life kind of thing, never cooks nothing. And I was trying to get the point across to him with this app and this tutelage that you get, this hand holding through the entire process from the very beginning to the very end. Anybody can cook, and I don't want to minimize everything else about the app, the beauty of the app, the depth of the recipes, the range of the recipes, the different the interface is different enough, but very intuitive. You guys, to me, nailed a lot of things pretty good on this. I don't know if this was your first app, but this was a really good app.
Thank you. Yeah. No, I think a lot of credit goes to our founder and CEO, Kevin Yu. He actually had this vision from, I want to say, about 2 years ago, and I think this actually wasn't our first app. We've actually made video games before. That's our history. But this is actually the first app we've made that was, its own vision. And yeah, it's been a pleasure to work on.
Yeah,
So
and if anyone doesn't get it, I'll just say if you liked watching any cooking shows, whether it's Julia Child, Yan Can Cook, Alton Brown, Rachel Ray, or anything like that, this is like that, but instead of just them running through it as fast as they can, this is actually detailed oriented. And I love how the app will never get ahead of you, because I've tried to watch videos on YouTube and follow the recipes, and I constantly have to lean over and pause, lean over, rewind,
Right.
and that really, I think, hurt my performance. At least that's what I'm blaming it on.
Yeah, and actually, we want to somehow introduce videos into our app. We're just not quite sure how, because just like you mentioned, we love that aspect where the app won't get ahead of you. You can take it, you can go as slow as you like, as fast as you like, and you really control the pace. So we do have plans on introducing video, but the way we're designing it, we're being very meticulous about it because we want to make sure that, like you said, anyone can cook. So we want to make sure that we're offering that ability, because we do think a video would be more powerful than a photo, but it's very hard to meet that balance of, being flexible but also very useful.
yeah, Daniel, where are you guys located at? You said you've worked together before to make games and things. So tell us a little bit about your dev studio or your company.
Yeah, definitely. So actually, I knew Kevin before the company was even started. I worked for him in a different company called Super Play Games, and that was actually down in Irvine, California. And actually, right now, this company, we have two offices, one in Santa Monica and one in Shanghai. And our development studio is located in Shanghai, and our marketing team and PR team is in Santa Monica.
Oh, neat. Do you guys have any plans on taking this type of instructional app to other places other than cooking? Have you thought anything like a iPod repair or things like that?
We have not. We have thought about taking this kind of system to education. I mean, it's just that's been a really recent conversation because we have thought about how we could take this kind of platform into different areas, but the only one that's really stuck to us is importing this to education somehow. But that's very early in the conversation, so I'm not quite sure I can talk about it too much.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. So are you typically then in the California office yourself, mostly?
No, actually, I'm in the Shanghai most often. I'm actually going back in April, but that's only for about a month. Yeah,
Oh, you're in Shanghai now?
correct. Yes.
Oh, wow. So, what time is it, Daniel? Where you,
It's at 10 in the morning.
Oh my lord.
that's not too bad. I mean,
Not too bad,
we,
no.
when we talk to people from Europe, it's always like 2 or 3 in the morning for them.
Yeah.
So that's a little better than those guys.
I think much better.
Yeah. Well, here is my question, Daniel. And I know it's like asking you who's your favorite child, and you can't really say, but I'm going to ask anyway. Is
Okay.
there a recipe in this app that when you saw it, you just instantly fell for it, and when you made it, it turned out exactly how you thought?
Okay, let's see. Let me think about that. I'm actually a bit biased because one of my coworkers just made a recipe yesterday. It was like a peanut butter chocolate pastry, and it was
Mm.
amazing. It
Ooh.
was so good, and he's pretty proud of himself because he doesn't cook very often either. Um, but I guess that's not really answering the question.
And
Let me think.
that's on the app, that peanut butter
Yes,
chocolate. Yeah.
yes, it is.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I don't remember the name, so I can't give that to you. But I'm sure if you search peanut butter and maybe chocolate, it should come up.
Nice.
Um,
Okay, I'll look for that one.
Gotcha. Well,
okay.
yeah. And that was one thing I was going to ask you, and I completely forgot, so thank you. I consider cooking of types, there's two breeds of people in front of the stove. There's the bakers and the cookers. And I think they
Yes,
require completely different talents and abilities
agreed.
and everything. So and I only ever look for cooking things, so I never noticed about any baking things in here. So this does also pies and blondies
Yes,
and all that stuff. Okay.
definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
The I would say the app is actually probably better suited for baking because baking is a bit, in my opinion, it's a bit more linear. I mean, you follow directions to the letter, and if you
Mm.
do that, then you'll get a really great pastry. But that's not to say that it's not good at for cooking either, because I think that one of the great things about this, and just like any recipe, is you're allowed to modify, and a more advanced chef will recognize that when they can make a substitution and when they can change things around. So it's really up to the user at that point. Just like similar to driving, when you're using GPS, sometimes you know a better route, and when you take a different street, it'll update for you and whatnot. So yeah.
Did you or Kevin ever work at a restaurant, or were you chefs at all?
No, but I have loved cooking ever since I started living on my own in college. And I know that Kevin, his experience, the reason he came up with the app was one day he had tried to make a nice Valentine's Day meal for his girlfriend. This was a few years ago, and he pretty much messed everything up. And he thought, you know what, there should be an app for this. And I think since then he's grown quite fond of cooking. So yeah.
Well, see, the people who are listening live, they've got 2 days to get this app installed and find the perfect dish. Then that's
Yes,
a great
definitely.
idea. Oh, but too
No,
bad we didn't have
definitely.
you. Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, yeah, and I can't encourage people enough. This is the kind of app that really does go across spectrums. I don't care if you work in a restaurant for 20 years cooking dishes kind of thing. It's always good to have inspiration, okay? This is
Mm-hmm.
the kind of app that can give it because this is not your mom's recipe book, okay? This is not apple pie, meatloaf, fried chicken. Unbelievable things you never even thought of are in this. And that's the thing that really intrigued me. But if you're new to cooking or you want to help a child learn how to cook, because I'm a firm believer every kid needs to be taught some cooking to some degree. This to me is maybe the best interface because I have a 9-year-old son. He always wants to help, and I'm always like, I'm barely keeping up with it myself. I can't get you involved in this. This app allowed me to at least give him the task of watching the phone, telling me what it says, and understanding the process. So I gotta thank you as a parent for that.
Well, you're welcome. Yeah, actually, one of the things we like to do around the office is we'll pick a recipe and we'll actually break it up. We'll have somebody do the first one or two steps, and because it's so guided, you can just pass the phone to somebody else and be like, "Hey, can you like continue what I'm doing?" And yeah, it's very simple that way. Yeah.
Huh.
Very cool. Now the stupid question I have is, are you going to look at doing any kind of reverse? I don't know, the word is not reverse cooking, but being able to like enter in what you have in your house, and then the app's telling you what things you can make that match in the library?
Yeah, definitely. Actually, it's funny that you mentioned that because we've talked about this so many times. Doing that is a bit tricky because there's a certain what's the word? I guess granularity to it. So, for instance, you have to make certain kind of assumptions, like does this person have a stove? Do they have an oven? Do they have salt? Do
Mm,
they have pepper? Do they have, there's certain basic things that you kind of have to assume that they have in order to do that. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's a bit more complications with that. To answer your question, we definitely do plan on having a feature like that, but we want to make sure we do it right as opposed to doing it quickly or yeah. So yes.
Very cool. Yeah, 'cause that's one of my things. The app is going to have to assume certain things because to sit down and add every single thing I have in my
Right.
kitchen, that's going
Exactly.
to take a long amount of time. But there's that balance because we all know what happens if you assume and you're wrong.
Right. Yes. We want to manage their expectations and make sure that they're, happy. So yeah, exactly like you said. It's difficult to balance that.
Awesome.
yeah, current users are going to have their expectations set pretty high after using it the way it is. So if you don't deliver on that, they're going to be a little let down, I suppose, because it's just a great looking app and useful, but just good looking as you're using it.
Thank you.
What kind of games, if you don't mind me asking, what kind of games did you guys work on to
Yeah, yeah.
prior?
We released, I believe it was three games. One was called Cosmonauts. It was a game where you could actually play online. You controlled like a ship, and you could like customize it, and you would just shoot. It was a 2D like a 2D game, and you could just shoot each other, shoot back and forth. It was turn-based.
Hmm.
So yeah, that was called Cosmonauts. We released our second game, which was called Sky Defenders. You were like a hero, and you tilted your phone around, and you would collect power ups and destroy like these little robots. It was pretty adorable. And then our last game was Munchie Mania. It was like a Jewel type game where you had like it's like candy on the screen. You had to match them, like a match three type game. Yeah.
Cool. How is your sales, I guess? How's the side chef doing for you guys?
In terms of monetization, we are trying not to focus so much on that. We're trying to just grow our user base as much as possible. We really want to be the platform where you come for cooking. So I think that once we establish that and we get a strong user base and we can prove that we have retention and users coming back, and so far that seems to be the case, there are a few avenues that we think we could take with monetization strategies.
Cool.
Very cool. Very cool. Yes, because the one thing I want to make sure people understand is you can call it a cooking app, you can call it that. What I definitely want people to understand is the professionalism of this app. I was, to be quite honest, shocked after downloading it and running it and playing with it and then cooking with it. I was shocked the level of quality in this free application. With that, I can only see your numbers going up, your popularity going up, your downloads going up, and everything else going up. And I hope this show is just one little helper in the long chain of your success.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I think, and we have a lot more work to do. One of our next patches is going to contain a more community social aspect so that people can actually post on like a message board and communicate like, oh, can somebody help me with this, pie or give me ideas about this, or I'm trying to make a menu, just so that there's more of a community aspect to it. And we think that could be very powerful.
That would be neat. Yeah. Did voice commands? I don't remember using voice commands on that. Can you explain how that worked?
Yeah. So for the voice commands, when you start up a recipe, you can actually bring up the menu and turn on voice commands. So at the moment, for the Android version, you're only allowed to say next, and it will go to the next step. But we're planning to add in a back feature. That way, like if you messed up a step or whatever, you need to go back, you can do that. In addition to another command to restart the you know how in the beginning the TTS says, the lady speaks, oh, sorry, she says the instructions. So we want another command so that she can repeat it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's a great point. So if you get your tablet propped up there on the counter, you don't have to take your doughy, sticky fingers and touch the screen to go back. You can go forward. You
Yeah.
can just say next. That's nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Very cool. It on your Google Play description, which I'm going to guess this was done a little bit ago. It says you have over 1,000 recipes. Do you have any idea of how many that you have now?
I don't have the numbers, but I think we're approaching 2,000 already. In fact, we might have already broken that. But to be honest with you, I'm not quite sure. But I know we're close or past 2,000.
Awesome. Now this other stupid question, and I've been saying stupid question a lot today, apparently. Have you looked at the possibility of having any kind of cross promotional thing, like dare I say, like have a Guy Fieri sponsored recipe or a Rachel Ray pie or something?
Well, I'm not quite sure. I think we currently have, blogger, like, more well-known bloggers, definitely that we're. Well, when you say sponsor, what do you mean by that exactly? Because we definitely, they have like profiles on our app and whatnot, but
Yeah,
what
I would
exactly
just
do you
say
mean?
I would just say like a cross promotional thing where someone popular says, "Hey, you can get my app on Side Chef," and then Side Chef can say, "Hey, look, here's this popular person's pie."
I mean, to answer your question, I think yes. I think that's definitely something that we're open to. Um, yeah, I think one of the things we need right now that would be great is just more. We're a really early startup, and we could definitely use more promotion. So I think if there was a partnership we could build with, some famous high-profile chef, then absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I could see a TV person saying that, Dord. Like, yeah, check it. If you want to find more about this recipe on Side Chef, that's a great idea. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But I'll also say, if it was me, it would just be Doors bacon, one ingredient, pounded bacon. Steps, steps one, unwrap; two, cook; three, eat.
Do you microwave your bacon, Dord, or do you fry it?
I fry it, man.
Okay.
I don't trust nuclear. But I will say, Alton Brown has me convinced I probably should actually do it in the oven.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, I've never baked bacon before. I could see that working.
He is insistent bacon and hard boiled quote unquote eggs, hard cooked eggs, should be done in the oven. It's the only way you can guarantee them coming out perfect.
I actually prefer soft-boiled eggs. Does he say that you can soft boil your eggs in the
Yeah.
oven?
Yep. You just do it for less time. He
Less.
said,
Okay.
yeah, because the problem with the boiling water is depending on your altitude and depending on the hard or softness of the water and depending on the movement and how much water you put in, it makes it
Uh,
really hard to calculate. In the oven, he said it's all
More
easily
stable.
measured. Yeah.
Huh.
Interesting. Okay, I need to. This is important to me. Thank you. I need
I
to
would
Google this later.
I'd never have thought to put an egg in the oven.
Now, Now, speaking of boiled eggs or cooked eggs, kind of thing, I just saw this on Reddit the other day. I gotta try it because it's OCD of me. The guy put a raw egg in like a nylon pantyhose, twisted it up ridiculously, and then pulled it out so it spun insanely fast. Then hard cooked it, and when he opened it up, it was inverse. The white was in the middle, the yellow was on the outside.
Whoa.
Can you?
That blew my mind. I gotta try it.
Yeah, I'd
I
like to
want to
see.
try that
I'd
too.
like to see if that really works. I don't know about
Exactly.
that one, man.
I don't know either.
There were pictures, right?
Yes, yes, yes. I mean, you no, no, no. I'm sorry. It was a animated GIF of real pictures put together, like a
Uh,
movie. So I'm sure if I look for it on YouTube, it'll be there too. But he literally, you saw him pull out the nylon, put it in, twist it up, pull it ridiculously fast. You saw it spin. He took it out, put it in a pot, took it out of the pot, put it in cold water, let it cool, and cracked it. And you saw it on the. It was crazy. It literally was one of those things. I thought either he spent a lot of time faking this, or damn, he's good.
The one video guys that do those crazy. Oh man, I can remember the name of the show on YouTube where they go and put a bunch of like Big Macs together, and they always use bacon, and they
I
do
can't stand those
some
guys.
sauce. Well,
They
they
wear
do theirs in the oven too, though. They do their bacon in the
I
oven.
know, but they wear lumberjack shirts and they have beards,
Yeah,
and they're not lumberjacks.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, Daniel, thank you for coming on. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Tell us about Side Chef or the listeners?
No, I think that just about covered it. Please download the app and tell your friends. I think that's the only thing I want to say. And
Yeah.
thank you to anyone who's already tried it. We appreciate user feedback and anyone that will um, have anything to say about it. So please let us know.
And it is on iOS also, as well as Android,
Yes, yes, iOS and Android. Yep.
and not Windows Phone.
Unfortunately, not Windows.
Nothing's on Windows Phone. Windows
Yeah.
isn't on Windows Phone.
True. Yes. Cool. Yeah, and if you thanks for coming on. If you ever want to come back, if you guys have a big update or you have something that you think everybody wants to hear about, something new on there too, just let me know and we'll definitely get you back on here. And thanks for waking up so well. I guess it's not too early, 10
Yeah,
10 in the
not too
morning.
early. Yeah. Well, thanks for having me. Yeah, we definitely would like to be back someday. So yeah, thank you again.
All right, thanks, Daniel, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Thanks.
All right, take care.
All right, thanks, Daniel.
Okay,
Bye
Daniel,
bye.
hold on a second
Oh,
here.
Hold on a
yeah.
second. Just a second.
Yeah, because I knew you were getting ready to go. Yeah, because we actually record a couple shows. I wanted to give you this link real quick.
Yeah, we
In
we
the
do
Hangout
3
chat.
shows tonight. Some developers stick around. You're welcome to if you have other apps that you like to talk about, like your friends' apps or your favorite apps. We're doing 2 more shows still.
Oh, that's great. Unfortunately, I have a meeting to run to, but yeah, sorry.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Absolutely.
Okay, and I did put here in this chat, Alton Brown's oven baked eggs. Uh,
Ah,
I
thank you.
I've done it for like the last year. It especially, with kids for Easter, it makes it super easy to literally hard cook a dozen at a whack with no problem.
That's what you've been doing that, Door?
I've been doing it for over a year now. Yeah,
That's
Huh.
amazing.
yeah. And to be honest, I'm a habitual guy. If I have a hard cooked egg, soft cooked, whatever, one day, I feel like I need one every day for the rest of my life because they just taste so damn good. And with this, I literally once in a while buy a dozen, do a whole dozen in 20 minutes, whatever, take it out, and for the whole week I got eggs.
Yeah, my wife does the same thing. She boils like 10 eggs on Monday, so she has them for breakfast on the way to work every day. I'll have to have her try this.
Definitely works. Okay, Daniel, thank you very much for coming out, and thanks for this ridiculously awesome app.
No
Yeah.
worries. Thank you for
Yeah, you
having me
guys
on.
doing a great job, Daniel. It's really cool.
Thank
Beautiful,
you. Yeah.
beautiful app.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I think we'll have even more to show in the next coming months. So stay tuned.
Cool.
All right, take care, guys.
All right, thanks, Daniel.
Bye bye.
That wasn't too short, was it?
No, it was good. It was good.
Okay.
It went close enough to a half an hour. Well, don't forget, Steve's original goal was for these being like 15, 20 minutes, so
Cool.
we exceeded expectations, Eric.
I'm gonna go blow my nose and I'll be right back. I'm not totally over this cold yet.
I can't find the damn inverted boiled egg. Maybe it's inverted? Opposite boiled egg. Okay, that doesn't look right so far. Yeah, it doesn't look right. Incredible edible egg, soft boiled egg, killer meatloaf. Let me look at images. Maybe images will do it.
I saw the GIF of that you showed.
You did?
I just didn't believe it.
I don't know. It looked so damn believable.
It did. I don't know.
Well, and here's the problem with looking for it right now. Scientists like 2 weeks ago, it
I'm sorry.
it like wasn't completely true, but they put out a paper saying they were able to reverse the boiling process of an egg. Like, you know how you can, one of the old saying, you cannot uncook an egg. I guess maybe not, but
I don't know. I don't know how you could. Yeah,
But yeah.
I would agree.
I know, but these people say, okay, here you go, make zine. That's a credible site, right?
Sounds like it.
DYI. Okay, here it is. I'll put it in the chat right here.
Hey, do you have a link to the live show? I got somebody hit me up in Google Plus that didn't get a invite or something.
Yes, they did. in the Android App Addicts community, AAA club.
I think he's a club member. Pretty sure he is.
Ask me if he's a club member real quick.
All right.
And I'll put this link here for you. Email it to myself so I got it. I can try this later. It should be the same link, right? No, it isn't. Hold on, give me a second here. Okay. How to do this where it's not going to mess up? Yeah. I can do it right here, like this.
Post.
Event page. That's what I'm thinking.
DIY, yeah. I mean, those look. That looks pretty real, Door.
No. Okay. Here's the link to the event page. Okay. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to look at it. I just saw that one picture. Okay. See, this is a movie. This is a real movie. This ain't no fake movie.
Yeah. Are you playing the movie?
Yeah, now I'm watching.
It is in.
So we're gonna wait to go live here just a couple of seconds. I gotta watch it.
All right.
Because this is nuts.
Well, who sells eggs in an onion bag? That's not. See, that's already fake.
Asian people. I mean, you can clearly see by the text it's obviously Asian people. What the hell? He has hedge trimmer? What is that?
It looks like twist ties. A big spool of twist tie. I think.
Is that what it is?
I think so. Scotch tape. Look at that without the. How do you
What's
buy
the tape?
How do you buy Scotch tape without a plastic thing around it?
Oh, we do.
Oh boy, he's really careful with
What's
that.
the but
That's a lot of work right there. Right there.
What's the tape for? So the egg doesn't break, maybe?
I don't know. There's a lot of tape.
That's a lot of G-forces. Get to the chopper.
Is he having a hard time with that tape, or is it just he's that careful?
Really sticky, firm tape, maybe. I don't know.
I need to get my Google goggles out and see what all this translation is of all these words that they got posted on the screen.
Well, I guarantee you he's using tape because this G-force with a normal egg would, I'm guessing, make it go boom.
Yeah.
Because this is a lot of centrifugal force. It's a lot of pressure.
All of my hosiery's black though.
Oh well, you're out of luck then.
Wonder if it works with fishnet.
Like a flying out and hit you in the head. So he doesn't say how many times to do it.
Yeah, well.
Spin it 422 times.
Okay,
no
so
more.
there's the twist tie.
Why the twist tie? I don't know.
He spun it up. I assume he's got twist tie on both sides. No, he knotted one side, twist tied the other.
Okay.
Now he's gonna spin it. Now he's gonna fling it.
He's doing that to keep it tight.
What is this?
I will show you. If you look at the egg, you can see it's an egg.
Oh, it looks like the top of a PlayStation controller.
I guess. I don't know what the hell he's doing. Just get back to spinning it, dumbass. Right,
Okay.
right, exactly. Just like a kid's thing. Yeah, you gotta email him this link, by the way.
Yeah.
See, look. And see it's spinning like crazy. Because I would love it if in a week he says we added this to Side Chef or something.
Oh, that would be hysterical. Awesome.
This would be hysterical.
Yeah, I will email him right now, actually. That would be great. I'll put in the email, Door can't wait to see this on Side Chef.
Now, I'm guessing he literally had to do this a lot. Because you can see he's showing us a lot of spinning the damn egg. He puts it under the light again, and now you can see it doesn't look as transparent. You can't see the light through it. It's been through a change. It's a miracle of modern science. Scientific fact, Eric. Okay, now he's
science. Copy.
Okay, he's done cooking. Puts him in the cold water. See, the only other way I can see him pulling this off, faking it, if you will, is literally somehow dyeing the contents of the egg before cooking it. Or after cooking it out. No, because after would be too hard, I would think. There you go.
See, we didn't show him peeling the whole thing. That could be made out of Play-Doh right there.
I know, but I would just say
It looks real. It looks real.
It does. It looks real. The main reason I would love to do this is so at a party, having this laid out on a tray, people be like, "What is this?" Just
yeah.
That
would be cool. That would be cool. You know, but that those make you think that there's the same amount of white as there is yolk in an egg.
Yeah, it does.
I don't see there being that much yellow in an egg normally.
Well, maybe it's like frothing it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe. It
And then there's one that looks like a face that he spends 2 minutes on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that one has no white.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
That's what I'm thinking. The white.
Oh, that's the face. I see.
Yeah. The white and the yellow, I think, mix a little bit.
Okay.
That's my guess. Okay, sorry for this stupid tangent.
That'll be in the rehab show.
Right. Okay.
Oh, what do you do? Take a pen to the eyes now?
That's what it looks like.
Ew.
So now the question is, Eric, do you want to do a gaming show, a normal show? I don't have any of the emails handy because I never do because I hate reading emails. So it's your call. I'm okay with just doing another one.
I don't have. I got a couple games. I do have a couple games.
Yeah, I have plenty.
Yeah, it's up to you. You got plenty. We can do a gaming show. I'll just do 2 games and you do a bunch.
Let me see.
That sounds good to me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14, but only like 6 of them are good games, I'll say.
Oh, you know what? And I just checked the spreadsheet. I've already brought that one. Let's see what this one is. See if I might have already brought both of these.
Yeah, there's a couple of these games I'm going to tell you that are unbelievably good looking, at least.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, some of these though are, man, I can't believe how good they look.
You've got a heck of a player for them too, right there.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I'm gonna trick them.
You're gonna trick what?
I'm gonna trick my kid.
How's that?
By one of these games here, I'm gonna give it to him, and I'm gonna insist that he shows me that he goes through the whole game because it's literally a read and choose your own adventure game. So I want him to use his mind for once and not just click and kill stuff.
Cool. All right. Well, yeah, we'll do a game. Well, I've only got one, but if you think you got enough to cover the rest of the show with games.
If you want, yep.
Okay, that sounds good. Welcome to Android App Addicts. This is episode 321. This is the Android show where we talk about apps. Android App Addicts. That's why we call it that. We have a lot of apps. This is the show where we talk about game apps, though. This is our game show. And I don't have a lot of games today. But my co-host... Oh, I'm sorry. My name's Eric Ardini. I'm the host of the show. Steve Cherubino is not here this week. He's not feeling well. He's... I don't know. He didn't sound good. He didn't really say what his problem was, did he, Dor?
Well, I'll say this. You said he was under the weather. I'm going to tell you now, you're lucky he's not here because he would take great offense to that because he loves his weather. It's his health he's not feeling good about.
Oh, that's true, yeah. Under his weather's actually a great place to be.
Exactly.
His health and his sick bed is probably not such a good place to be. So it's just Dor and I. How's it going, Dor?
Going pretty good, pretty good. I think it's just like a seasonal cold, maybe allergies kind of thing with him. Um, I am doing pretty good. I'm gonna say not fan diddly tastic kind of thing, but I'm doing pretty good. Definitely having more fun with the game stick. But I also went and purchased myself a Nintendo 64 controller, but with a USB connector on the other end, and I want to see if I can use that for some games because half of the game experience is how you interact with it, and the PS3 remote I have sometimes just doesn't fit for certain games. So I wanted to try to get an N64 remote and see if that fixes my happiness level with some games. So I'm going to try that. The bad thing is I could not, to save my life, find a wireless N64 controller. Everyone was wired. But I did find out after ordering this from Liam Tidwell from Liam Tech. God bless that guy. He's a great guy. Um, the
Mm-hmm.
best, the best, he said, game controller experience when you want to have like an old school console is to literally get the old controller and then buy a converter that converts the socket of that controller to USB. He swears that that's the best experience.
Oh, so they make converters for all of those?
That's what he
Or most of them?
that's what he said. And as soon as I went on eBay and just searched N64 controller to USB, there's like 50 of them.
Wow. Huh. I guess I've never seen one. Yeah, I kind of feel bad, Dor. Ever since I went on my trip a few weeks back, I have not even unpacked the game stick back out of my laptop bag. I don't know. I was kind of disappointed at the hotel with it because I couldn't use it. It wasn't its fault. It was the hotel kind of blocking the HDMI signals or something like that. And on my TV that I use it on, I've already got the Fire Stick, which does gaming pretty good, it's got a nice controller. Compared to the Fire Stick, for me, the game stick's a little clunky, so I don't know. That might be an upcoming. I don't know. I might be giving that one away. I don't know.
Well, I'll say that to me is an utter truth when it comes to all this kind of gaming experience. If I go and buy genuine Miss Pac-Man cabinet and put it downstairs here, and I play that, it's almost always going to be a far superior experience to anything else running Miss Pac-Man.
Sure.
Because you're using it how it was intended to be used, on the interface it's intended to be used, and everything else, I think. So with these emulators, you always got to do a little bit of I think the word is compromise. You have to accept the fact that this is a 2K screen and I'm playing NES on it. You kind of got to accept that. And the controller isn't exactly like the old NES controller. The buttons don't feel the same, so you got to take that into consideration. And then certain games need or to really take advantage of certain controller layouts. So to use a different style controller just makes it not as fun. Like Street Fighter in the arcade, big fat joystick, six big fat buttons. It's not the same on a handheld controller.
Right. Yeah. Now, I saw somewhere a post like in Google Plus last week of a bunch of old controllers, and they were saying how bad. What was it? I was thinking it was one you just showed me. Was it that had the weird three prongs coming down with it? It was the evolution of an NES controller.
Oh yeah. They've had some really ugly looking controllers. I will say the one that probably looks the worst is the Virtual Boy controller. It looks like Batman symbol on hallucinogenics or something. it just looks horrible. But Nintendo, I think, has taken the most risk with controller layouts so far, and sometimes they hit a home run, sometimes they don't.
Yeah, they were kind of funny how it went back from had all these buttons it was talking, and then they go to the Wii that has nothing.
Yeah. Let's not talk about the Wii. It's a very sore subject.
Is it? I've never owned one, so
I waited in line first day, and I got one.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. Now once a week, my kids knock it off their bureau on accident.
Well, hey, since I'm the host, I get to say who goes first, and I'm gonna go first since I only have one app that's a game tonight.
that just means it's a really good one, Eric.
Yeah, it's not really that good
Oh.
one. It's okay.
I
It's
tried.
okay. This is called Text Twist 2 Lite. Text Twist 2 was actually a freebie on Amazon. Oh, and by the way, speaking of games, today, for those listening live, and maybe on into this week, who knows, there's $130 of free apps at Amazon right now, and a good number of those are games. So enjoy those.
Yeah, it's hard to say how long those Amazon things are going to be active. So as soon as you hear this, check it out. There was a lot of apps on that list.
Yeah. So this Text Twist 2 game is basically you get a bunch of, it's kind of like Scrabble, I guess, in a way, where you get a bunch of letters and then you have to go and make words out of those letters. And then this is another one I brought similar to this was called Dabble. This is much easier than Dabble. You can actually, you just got to try to figure out how many different words you can make out of one set of letters. And they've already figured it out. You've got blank spots, and you just fill in, like a 3-letter word, 2-letter word, that kind of thing.
Oh, hey, dude, looking at this to me looks like I would have as much fun playing this as I did in 7th grade English. AKA, I would have no fun at all.
Yeah, the weird thing about it is you can just skip on. You fill in the letters to one word, and you can just skip to the next level without even having to go through and painstakingly try to figure out what that one word left is if you don't want to, that you didn't get.
Oh, well, I'm really bad at spelling. Now, if it came with autocorrect, I might play it.
Yeah. That would probably defeat the purpose of the game, though.
Just a little bit.
But that's my game of the day. The rest of my stuff is not games, so I'm gonna let you take this over, Dor.
Okay. I have a very wide range of games.
Hey, Dor. Hey, chat room. Did we lose Dor, or did Dor lose me? Am I still live? Okay, Dor's gone. Okay, that's what I was wondering. Hey, Jason. Okay, I can hear. Okay, good. Well, I'm glad one of us is still here, because if we were both gone, then that might just have messed up the first show. So we'll just wait for Dor to come back. I don't know if he needs a link. Yeah, no, he's back. Hello, Dor.
Hey, man.
How's it going tonight?
Okay. Like, no matter what computer I do, it bombs.
Is it? Do you have Comcast?
No, FiOS.
Oh,
80
AT&T.
megs down.
Is that AT&T?
No, it's Verizon.
Yeah, they're like the red version of Comcast.
I know, but I'm getting 80 megs down. 80 megs up.
Yeah. I don't know. I shouldn't be a hater, but I do hate big businesses now.
Well, it's not Comcast. That's good. Okay, sorry. Chrono Trigger, one of the best of the breeds, forever kind of thing. Back in the NES days, there was almost no better game you could get than Chrono Trigger. This is the same game, I want to say, just updated. Really good game, really top quality. Like you say, Eric, you get all the Amazon games, so when you're old and in bed, you can play them.
Mm-hmm.
To me, this is the game I have when I'm old in bed, because it's literally going to take 3+ months of solid gameplay to beat.
Wow.
Because this is a very in-depth, very complicated, very hard game, but really good.
I gotta say, I don't remember this game. But
it,
there's a section of my life where I didn't game at all. So
right, this might have been Sega Genesis, but I do believe it was NES. It definitely looks better in these screenshots than you would have remembered it. I will say that. Okay. That was Chrono Trigger. What I have next is maybe a one. Okay, no shape, way, or form family friendly. This is not family friendly. No one under the age of 18 should be allowed to play this game.
not free in G.
Not free in G. It has one of two of the requirements down. No, it doesn't because it costs money. Sorry, never mind. This says no. This is nothing even close. Okay. Um, I'm trying to figure out how much this costs. Is it free, Eric? It's called Gangster Vegas.
Yes, it is.
I can't believe it. So it is one of the two. Okay, it is free. I can't believe this thing is free. This is literally. I cannot tell. Okay, if you ever played Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto 4, Grand Theft Auto 5, whatever, this is that.
Yeah.
Except it's its own game. The video, the graphic quality is definitely pretty good. It's not crazy good, but it's definitely pretty good. But for what you're able to do, it's crazy good because it's literally open world, open gameplay. When the game starts, it's very heavily story driven. When it starts out, you're introduced to a couple mafia characters, you're introduced to a couple of these kind of people, and then you're introduced to yourself. In the middle of a UFC ring, you're in a fight.
Nice.
On a pay-per-view, and your job is to throw the fight. Well, you accidentally, instead of throwing it in round 3, you accidentally knock the guy out in round 2, I believe. And he's like apologizing. It wasn't. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Guy pulls out a gun. Oh, we understand. But he gets away, and thus starts the rest of the gameplay. I cannot implore people enough. Nothing about this is family friendly, but if you miss the old GTA style gaming, you have to check out this game from Game Loft called Gangster Vegas.
You know, I brought another Gangstar game way back. Actually, it's episode 135. And this is a newer version of that. And the reason I had it installed back then, oh no, actually you brought it back then. But I remember playing it back then. When that was before any of the GTA games were actually over here.
Right.
And that was very much like it.
Right. I do believe, yes, you're exactly right. And I'll say, if you search Google Play for Gangster Space 4, this is what you find, because this is the fourth version of this game. So yes, this is a multiple versions of this game that are out there. This is, I think, the newest one.
Cool.
Yeah, unbelievably. Wow, just blew me away. And then here's another one.
What a storyline.
Well, it actually tries, which I will say not a lot of games try to have a storyline. This one actually tries. So I thought that was cool. Now, I would say the complete inverse, but then if you look at some of the screenshots, maybe it's not completely family friendly. It's in a golf game, okay? It's called Golf Star, and it's put out by Com2 US, which is popular game thing. It's been around forever. This is actually a pretty good golf game, where you basically have to. It's the old school: tap the button, move the meter, tap it when you want the power, then it comes back, tap it when it's in the accuracy thing, and then you hit the ball, move forward kind of thing.
Yeah. Is there any other way, really, to play golf?
Well, yeah, there are games that try to have you swing your phone around.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. There's a whole bunch of different ways to do it, and most of those other ways completely fail, and they're ridiculously difficult. This, to me, is the old standard. I mean, this is like old Intellivision-esque. You just do it right. But this game looks great, and the physics on like the putting green, wow, really good, really good. You almost can never just go up on the green and hit the ball. You always got to stop and think and evaluate. Oh, that ball hit me. Okay, then let me aim it over here, kind of thing. It's really good, top notch. Definitely had some ads in it. I will say that. Definitely had some ads in it, but I really thought it was good.
That looks cool. These both of the girls in the screenshots They look like they have the same golf clubs that I bought my daughter for golf. They're like bright, hot pink golf clubs. And my daughter's got a whole
Ah,
set of those.
I'm happy you're looking at the golf clubs, Eric. Um, okay. This one, okay, that was called Golf Star. Really good game. It's actually Golf Star Season 2, but just search for Golf Star. Okay, this next app is really hard for me to classify. Um, you remember Othello or Reverse Eye back in the
Oh
day?
yeah, I love Othello.
Okay, it's similar mechanics to that, but different.
Hmm.
Um, what it is if if you're on a 9 by 9 grid and you tap the middle one, that block changes, but everything around it changes. So if you're in a 9 block grid, you tap the middle, every block will change color. But of course, the grids are bigger typically than 3 by 3, so it's definitely a hard game. The object of the game is to start with multicolored patterns on blocks and basically figure out the right pattern to get out, to get everything to match. And you want to do it in as short number of taps as possible. To me, it's one of those games for at least the first 10 levels. If you think you're going to mess up, so don't think, just play. But after that 10th level, you better have on like your PhD hat. It gets really hard.
Dor, this game hurts my brain just looking at it. I've seen some other games like this, and maybe I would get this one because I like Othello, but the other ones like this that I tried, I just I couldn't do nothing with them.
Right. Yeah, it's fun, but it's the kind of game you can't take seriously because if you do, I think you will cause yourself to have a coronary. It's hard. Okay, yeah, that was called Simpix, Simpix, the ultimate puzzle. I don't know about ultimate, but it's definitely hard. Okay, this is number version 4 of the game because they've had multiple versions of this, and I will say ever since Excitebike on the NES, I've been addicted to motocross games. In television, I had a game where I could customize the track. It was the first game I had where I could customize the Moto X track, and I spent months playing that game. Something about Moto X that just I like playing. In real life, I would die, so I don't do that. This is a fixed camera on a rail racer. Okay, you're looking at the bike from the side. You can't turn left and right. All you can do, just like Excitebike, is lean forwards and backwards. This version, though, it has an extra button for the back spring, so you can push down the back of the bike and either get a little bit of lift or just have your back wheel go down.
Hmm.
And for some reason, there's a brake in the game, but of course, real winners don't use brakes. You start off, and basically your goal is to get through the complicated course with the ups and the downs and the bumps and the holes and the things above your head that you can hit your head on, is to navigate that as quickly as possible, beat the person on the other side. This has I'm not a big upgrade fan when it comes to vehicles because I never know what to upgrade and I always second guess myself. This has a lot of upgrades in it, and that threw me for a little bit of a loop. But for just genuine funness, I was able to get through the first like 10 tracks without too much problem. If you're a fan of the motocross games, I definitely encourage you to check this out.
Yeah, this looks a lot of fun. Trial Extreme 4 is what this one is. I just where did motorcycle games start being called Trial? It sticks and it works. I get it now. Like I remember seeing Trials HD a long time ago, and all of these games are great. And I remember one on the Xbox where you had to like balance on pieces of wood and stuff, and some just crazy tracks and things.
Right. Yeah, that's what because there's the motocross, which is the, what are they called? Whip-de-doos and the bumpty-bumps and kind of thing. And then there's the constructed hard thing where you gotta, make sure your back wheel hits here and I think that's what a trial is. And this is like an extreme time trial where it's a combination of big jumps and the complicated terrain to go over.
Yeah. Time trials, I suppose. I guess that would be a good place for a
I
game.
guess because typically they're not head to head. I believe. Typically in the real world, you're doing it. Okay, it's your turn. You're done. Get off. Now it's the next person's turn. Kind of thing.
Mm.
Okay. I am rounding third. This game, I don't care if it's $2.99. I think I'm going to buy it for my kid. I'm going to start setting goals and objectives for him. Okay, this is a game. Why would you want your kid to play a game for a goal and objective? That's the swerve. It's a game technically, but what it really is, it's a old school choose your own adventure book, ebook basically, but it's a game because it's a choose your own adventure. Um, I really want my kid to understand how his imagination is technically much more powerful than any GPU in any tablet or console kind of thing. So I want him to do this. I'm literally going to set a reward system up for him if he can go through this whole thing, and I would like to see if there's more of these because I really understand the importance of reading is only more important kind of thing as time goes on. I personally believe, and I'm not good at it. So I like to believe I can help make my children to be better than me. Maybe I don't know. I hope.
Hey, it's choose your own adventure books were the best reading as a kid. If you had to read a book, man, you always read choose your own adventure books. And the thing is, I remember being left with almost a sadness that it was so short in those choose your own adventures because you'd skip so much of the book, depending on which. And I never really was one to go back and try it a different way.
I once in a while remember as a kid trying to, but it was always like as I started to read the book, I'm like, well, no, this is supposed to be me doing this. I'm not going to do that other choice. I'm going to do the one I did last time because that's me. So
Yeah, yeah.
I once in a while tried to, but it didn't really, click with me. Okay. Yeah, that was Trial Extreme. No, that was Lords of Eswick.
Yeah, ASWICK.
Thank you. Lords of Eswick. Okay. Last game I'll bring out here. It's called. I don't think this is technically young kid friendly. I'll say that. I don't think it's young kid friendly. Older kid, I think it's perfectly fine because it's ridiculously cartoon like. It's called Call of the Mini Zombies 2. Basically, first person shooter Doom-esque zombies. Uh, and I can't enforce it enough. Ridiculously cartoon-esque shooter. So there's really n- nothing too serious with this game. But I downloaded it. I played it for a little bit because I'm a zombie kind of guy. Uh, I didn't ever opt for chainsaw. I just like uh, assault like rifle kind of thing. And I play these things almost like a real zombie apocalypse. I don't want to get close to them ever, so I'm always as far back as I possibly can and just shooting for the head.
Yeah, yeah. Yep, double tap.
Yeah, exactly. Double tap and use your cardio.
Yep. Love that movie, man. That's the
Oh
best.
yeah, it's great.
Very cool, Door. Call of Mini Zombies 2. I don't remember Call of Mini Zombies 1.
Neither do I. And they say in the icon at least there's some kind of co-op. I don't know because I
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
I wasn't sure if this was a kid-friendly game or not, so I just played it by myself. I didn't get a chance to see if my son could play it with me.
Huh. So, hey, what are you liking on your game? You were talking about your game stick at the beginning of the show. What do you find yourself playing mostly on that? You got a certain game that you really like to tear up on that?
To be honest, I abuse YouTube on it at night when I'm just bored. I just turn on YouTube. But the games, I'm really liking that Riptide GP2. I think is still one of the best
It is,
games
yeah.
for a gamepad. It doesn't look crazy great. It looks good. It doesn't look crazy great. It looks really good, and it just plays really nice, really smooth game. I did literally download a couple more games last night, and here's the one flaw with that game stick. It's upstairs. So I can't play it unless my wife goes out with the girls and gets a little drinky drink, or I wait till 2 in the morning till when she goes to bed. And when I'm here doing the show, I don't have the game stick in front of me, and I don't know of an easy way to just say, show me all the games on the game stick.
So it's upstairs, like on your living room television.
On the 50 whatever inch TV.
Yes, I don't have a living room television. Like on the upstairs. I've got one in my kind of broke down plasma. For some reason, I got a plasma TV that used to be my nice TV, and then one day it went. It's like it's hard to describe the effect that's on this TV, but it's very kind of pixelized. It's odd. It's odd. It's like a solarized. You don't know if that's a description. It's just not right. So that's in the bedroom now. That's where I've got mine, or I had it hooked up. I will have it hooked up again.
Gotcha. Yeah, I really should put some kind of remote thing on it. So when she's upstairs watching TV, I can at least come down, remote into it, and look what kind of games I have installed on it. Because I did find myself installing one or two games, playing them for weeks, and forgetting that they were installed when I came down to do a show.
Yeah. Are you still gaming on the? Would you have a Raspberry Pi or something down there? You were playing emulators on?
It was the Raspberry Pi. Then I got a Banana Pi, put it on that. But they both really couldn't handle N64 games very good. So then I was using the Intel NUC for that. Then I got the Game Stick for that. Game Stick, I also cannot play N64 games whatsoever because it requires too much, I guess, performance and hardware. So I'm back to playing N64 games on my Intel NUC, but playing everything else on the games. I'm trying to play Android games on the Game Stick and emulating games on other systems.
Huh. All right. So the NUC does good though for the N64.
The NUC is crazy good at anything. That's all I'm saying. Unbelievably great price, small form factor. It technically has a fan, really quiet. Slap a SSD in that puppy, it runs like a champ.
Okay, so you're podcasting on the Zotac. How would you compare those two, the NUC to the Zotac?
The Zotac Z-Box is a little bit more money, but out of the box, ready to hit the ground running, really nice. 4 USB 3.0 ports. Wow. USB 3.0 ports. That alone just made me say, "Woo, yeah." Again, small SSD, really small SSD. I was able to install an OS on that thing in less than 15 minutes. It boots up in about 10 seconds.
Yeah, that's 4 more USB 3 ports than I have in this whole room, and there's like 10 computers in here.
Right. Oh yeah. When I saw that was one of the kickers to getting it. Again, this was a suggestion from Liam Tidwell. He gives these to his business clients as front counter computers, and he's like unbelievably excited and happy about how well they perform running normal web browsers or Office type software. Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect for that. Quiet, little. Does it have a fan?
The Zotac is completely fanless, completely quiet.
Nice. Yeah, that's nice. All right. Well, I think that's it for our game show. Join us again Friday, where we will have a more normal show, a lot of apps. We're going to empty our tank on that day, and we'll see you then.
Okay, Eric, I just need a second to document these games.
Okay. My wife, bless her heart, brought me down a Busch Light. She just got back from shopping.
That's a good woman there.
I know. And she's put up with me just sleeping for the last 2 days.
Well,
I wouldn't put up with her doing that, you know.
Okay, Chrono Trigger was $9. $9.99. Forgot to mention that.
Yeah, the beginning of Chrono Trigger. I don't know how much you were talking.
I know, and that was the problem. With 3 of us on at a time, it's much easier for me to just look and see nobody's moving. This ain't good. With just me and you, I'm still moving just fine.
It was funny that the chat was just well, I was asking the chat if I was the one. I didn't know if I was gone or you were gone. I knew one of us was. But the Hangouts was offering me things to do while I was waiting for you. I could start drawing. It said, yeah, would you like to draw something?
That's ridiculous.
No, not really. I kind of want a podcast. But I guess
Yeah,
I
so
could draw.
we have to make a special note to tell Steve that. I still can't believe Gangster Vegas was completely free.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I wonder. I wonder if the game stick. You've got yours in the dock, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder if that makes a big difference not having it in the dock. Because I hear a lot of people talking about heat, but I'll tell you what, man, that's a loud fan for a little dock.
I will say I do hear that fan kicking on, and it is a beast.
That's part of the reason why I don't have it in my bedroom on
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, it's literally a beast of a little fan. That thing goes a little
Yeah.
crazy. But yeah, I mean, I literally have ran it for hours and hours and hours on end. So it might be getting hot to the point where it's could be overheating, but it isn't.
Yeah.
I mean, everything's running right now. Was Golf Stars free?
I just closed that one too.
Because I keep thinking I'm forgetting to mention when stuff is expensive, how much it costs. It's free. It's free. It's free.
Yeah, I think free. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, because I don't want to be the guy that just keeps mentioning stuff and then people go, "Oh man, thing costs $5." He didn't say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Golf Star was crazy. That was another one I couldn't believe how good it looked, and it's free.
Yeah, I think I installed that one. I shut the window already. Yeah, I like a good golf game every now and then. It's been a while since I played any golf games.
Well, to me, that's a good thing about a golf game. You don't got to overthink stuff. You don't have to have crazy, ridiculous combinations of stuff going on.
Yeah, yeah.
You just look. Mm, okay. Stay on the what's it called? Don't
Green.
get in the rough. No. The fairway. Stay on the fairway. Don't get in the
Yeah.
rough. Yeah, that's
And
that's your goal. Yeah.
in golf on there, it's just like golf in real life. You're playing against yourself, really.
Yeah.
Just trying to do better than you did last time.
Yeah, and I will say it does seem fairly liberal in not really penalizing you too much if you hit it at the wrong time. It isn't like, oh, well, you're screwed now. Okay, I'm almost done here. I really wish there was a better way for me to organize all these apps. Trial Extreme 4 had to be free. I'm going to say that. I don't think I would have paid for that because Trial Extreme 1 I brought a long time ago. Love that app, and then Trial Extreme 2 and 3 to me were just horrible games. So yeah, it's free. Okay, yeah, because I wouldn't have paid for that thing.
Boy, I tell you what, so many of these apps don't work in airplane mode.
It's getting worse. It's getting worse and worse and worse, and that's not good.
They all need to just log into something
Call
immediately.
home.
Yeah.
I want to call
Especially with this first app I'm going to bring. It has to call home and about 3 other people too.
And Lords of Aswick was $2.99, I believe. Yeah, but I kept thinking I'm gonna say Lords of Asswick, and it's not gonna
I thought you said Lords of Asswork. Just then, yeah, that's neat.
I just knew when I first saw it, this isn't gonna end good. I swear I'm getting really close now. Okay, Call of Mini. This one I want to say I've definitely heard of it in the past, Call of Mini, but I never downloaded it or looked at it. And that was free too, right? Yep. Free. Yeah, Steve sounded horrible yesterday too.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I didn't. Well, when he was talking about us, our talk that we were talking about the awards and all that, I didn't think he sounded that bad. But I didn't talk to him much other than that.
He sounded to me almost, I don't want to say depressed, but like,
yeah, whatever, guys, go ahead.
Do what you want. Go on without me. That's what it seemed like. Okay, give me one more second here because I gotta get my gotta get this plugin installed. I forgot. 'Cause I reinstalled this computer too. Oh God, I can't say it out loud, Eric. I can't say it out loud.
Flash,
No,
Java.
nope.
Um,
I think it's a Linux thing. Because it's the only way I
it's
can explain it.
a plugin for your browser or a plugin for the operating system.
Google Talk is a plugin for the operating system. Hold on, let me see. Okay, I can do that here. Okay. It's a plugin for basically the operating system, and the browser uses it, kind of thing. That's the only way I can explain it, because I can't explain this. I can't explain why I can't, and I literally did a reinstall, complete reinstall.
And yeah,
Now I did maybe mistakenly load some plugins, but LastPass isn't going to cause a crash. I mean, what the hell? Okay, round and third here, Eric.
well, I've got a crashed plugin here myself. Google Talk.
Well, it seems to be working fine still. Well, you're still here.
Oh, is that what we're on? It says
Technically, it's the Google Talk plugin.
It says the following plugin were blocked on this page. Google Talk.
Well, your browser's not doing a good job of blocking it.
No. Nope.
Okay. Bada. Bing. Bada. Boom. Okay. Now we just do one last verification. Verification. Okay. Okay, so let me. Okay. Oh, so I'm just going to do this now. I'm going to. That wasn't smart. I'm sorry, Eric. Give me a second here.
No, that's all right. I'm just talking with the chat room, giving people crap about being resistant when I know that they're enlightened.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Tim actually stopped playing Ingress.
Yeah. The blue, what do you call it? The blue machine? Well, is it the blue something?
I can't remember what he called it.
The blue. Oh, it had a great name. It had a great name too. It was
Yeah, I just remember it was funny. Okay, so this is going to be 322, correct?
322. Yes. Yep.
Okay, let me just put some numbers down here. Update my number. Right. Oh, man. I did that entire show wrong in the community. I have 320.
For the whole thing?
Yep. For each one I posted. Each one I posted in the Android
Just
app
now?
community. Yep.
Yeah, just copy and paste it.
No, I can't. These you have to literally individually click on each posting, click the little caret at the top, click edit.
And what? In the spreadsheet you got them right.
No. Yeah. In the spreadsheet I got them right, but in Google Plus
Oh.
I got them wrong. I don't know if this was Steve, he would say, screw it. If they want the listing, they can go to the spreadsheet.
Oh, excuse me. I don't know why I keep yawning all of a sudden. I gotta see if is there any? No, yeah, there's no way I can.
What?
No, we're not.
Yes, we are live. What?
Yeah, we're live, but that's okay. I'm just gonna turn off airplane mode for a second. Yeah, see that? I just wanted to see what level I'm in Ingress. I don't remember.
Okay. I don't even remember what the hell the levels were. I mean, was it just like 1, 2, 3? And that always made me so mad about that game.
All right.
Stop announcing yourself. You're not a Broadway play.
I'm level 6, door. I'm only a level 6.
Is that good?
No. Well, not when Jason in the chat is a level 13.
Oh, well, then you suck.
Yeah, I do. I don't get out and play. Well, for a long time, honestly. For a long time, there was like 2 portals in my whole town.
Exactly.
That made it tough.
Yeah, but I know it is exploded.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot. I mean, I've submitted a couple portals that got accepted, and this guy is fun. It's something to get you out of the house, you know.
Okay, 3. What did I almost did it wrong again. Okay, hold on. 322. Okay, 322. Okay. Good. Okay, I'm ready. Sorry. Let me just make sure my thing's still recording. Yeah, that hasn't crashed at least. That's good.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
I don't know what's going on with my browser, man. Okay.
You ready?
Whenever you're ready, man.
Let me get that lung cookie out of there. All right. Welcome to Android App Addicts. This is episode 322. This is the show where we talk about Android apps. This is the Friday show. This is the show where we all come and empty the tank. Well, a lot of times we'll have 3 tanks. One tank will usually never have anything in it. Tonight we're just dual tanking it. 2 tanks. 2 full tanks, though. Tonight it's myself, Eric Ardini, hosting because Steve Cherubino has a cold or something. I might sound like I have a cold too because I do, but I made it to the show. He didn't. But I'm just getting over mine, and I think he's just coming onto his. So anyway, yeah, it's a debilitating cold that's going around. I'm also here with Door to Door Geek, Steve McLaughlin. How's it going, Door?
I think I have a cold as well, but my nose is always messed up for 20 years, so I'm fine. But I was hoping I could say, well, there's a good reason to not move to Florida, because in that tropic region you have all these airborne illnesses making you sick all the time. But if you're sick too, then I can't say that.
Yeah, I don't know if can you spread cold germs through Google Plus?
I would be sick as a dog.
Hangouts?
I would say that. I might have like debilitating diseases if that was the case.
Yeah. I like your. You mentioned it last show. I think that we were both on Windows. That's probably why we got viruses.
Yep. Well, Eric, I hope everything's going good with you in your neck of the woods.
Yeah, it's going real good. I got my refi done. Now I'm just waiting to spend some money. That's about it.
That's always good. Yeah, and I will say this is the time of the year you can finally start to see the light at the end of the snow-covered tunnel that you're in.
Oh, I know. It's getting a little more light every day. It's beautiful. And our last snowfall was really cool. It was preceded by an ice storm, so all the snow stuck to the trees. Of course, it knocked down 2 trees into my driveway and stuff like that. But the snow stuck onto the trees for like a week straight, and it was really cool. It was really pretty looking. That was nice. And that was plenty. And I'm ready for summer.
Yeah, indeed, I agree.
I'll tell you what. I would like to give a shout out. If this was a local show more than an international show, I would give a shout out to my banker. But it's not that local. But he really hooked me up the other day. He texted me and said, "Hey, there's an extra $250 in your checking account." Oh yeah, yeah. He's like,
Can't beat
well,
that.
yeah. It was some special deal they had going on that he hooked me up with for refinancing and opening a checking account. He threw a little extra in there.
Well, you say something, you got thrown something at you kind of thing. If you look at my profile on Google Plus, just search for Door to Door Geek, all one word, you'll see Captain Harvey's cheesesteak that a coworker asked me if I wanted to go, and I told him I didn't have the money, I couldn't go right now. He bought one for me. And I'm going to say right now, this is not trolling, but this will get flamed, okay? I've had more than a couple people tell me, I should go to Philly and try one of their cheesesteaks to know what a real cheesesteak is like. Um, Philly is only like 45 minutes from my house. I've been there more than a couple times, and I'll say every cheesesteak I've gotten in Philly sucks.
Really?
They're horrible. They're not big. Their cheese is nearly disgusting most of the time, and when I do get good cheese on it, the meat to me seems not great. Captain Harvey's is a tradition. Okay, it's over 50 years old. It's like 65 years old. It's been in Dundalk, Maryland, serving up cheesesteaks, and I don't think it's possible to get a better cheesesteak. Now, I'm not world renowned. Haven't been to every place, but supposedly the home of the Philly steak is just 45 minutes north, and I'm sorry, they abandoned their home a while ago, and I guess they moved down to Dundalk, Maryland or something, because those cheesesteaks down there rock.
So I saw that picture that you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
I didn't see any green peppers or onions. I didn't even see any cheese. It just looked like a mound of meat.
Well, that's the problem. Okay, first off, you can't really tell. The cheesesteak, first off, is literally like the size of my forearm in width, in density kind of thing. It's that big. It's cooked with cheese throughout it. Okay, there's every bite you have, it's cheesy because there's cheese throughout it, and there's onions literally throughout it. When you walk into the place, there's literally a 2-foot pile of onions that they're sautéing on the grill at one point in time, and there's another 1.5-foot pile of meat they're cooking all at one time too. So when you order your sub, they literally mix it all up. The cheese goes on, they fold the meat and stuff over, and the cheese just melts throughout the whole thing, slap the whole thing on the bun. You need a fork. You gotta spend 10 minutes eating your sub with a fork before you can even pick it up. It's so big.
Yeah, definitely. Looking at it, there's no way you could just pick that thing up and even get close to fitting in your mouth.
No, that's what she said. No, but I will say he bought me one, so I already have plans in 2 weeks to go back to buy him one because he did not have to buy me a sub. But let me tell you something. There's no quicker way to be on my good side than buy me a Captain Harvey's cheesesteak. That's all I gotta say.
So are there many Captain Harveys? Is there one Captain Harvey's?
No, to put it a little Baltimore twist on it, there used to be until the guy's daughter who owned the other store found crack. Then there's no more store. So now it's just back to one Captain Harvey's.
So there's the Baltimore of it.
There's the Baltimore swing on it.
Great. I've never been to Baltimore, but from what Dora says, I don't think I'm ever going there.
If you do, make sure it's a hotel in the Inner Harbor and never leave the Inner Harbor.
All right. Will do. Well, Dora, this is Empty the Tank Day. Do you want to empty your tank first?
How did Sean used to say empty the tank? I can't remember. It's been so long.
Empty the tank.
That's right. Empty the tank. Okay. The first app I'm going to bring, I found because of another podcast. And then like other podcasts, I don't got a problem mentioning other podcasts. This was on Floss Weekly, one of the most gut-wrenchingly putrid Linux-related podcasts I've ever witnessed in my life because the host runs Mac. How the hell can you run a Mac operating system and host a show called Floss Weekly? I don't get that. But they had this guy on the show, one of the backers, one of the original guys in Geo Paparazzi.
Huh.
I cannot even come close to starting to comprehend what this app does. If you're in GIS, this app is for you. GIS has something to do with mapping. And me, here's the thing. I was given the obligation of being the GIS representative for my state organization, and I still don't even know what the hell GIS means.
It's just a map. I mean, GIS is a map showing things on a map. Like our
we're
GIS.
Static buildings. We're static buildings with parking lots.
Yeah, well, our GIS shows every telephone pole in town, every water main,
right,
sewer main, things like that. And layers on top of basically GIS is just layers on a map. Just whatever you want to have in the layer. You can have a layer of Captain Harvey's.
Right. It can be anything from objects on the map, like you said, poles, top a graphical maps, or it can even be stuff like historical. Here's where the land used to be. Erosion is called, all kinds of crazy stuff. But I don't understand what the hell I would use it for in my job. That's what I'm saying. But this can help you create that GIS data. It can help you find, if you're looking at that GIS data and you want to go find that place, it helps you find that. It has very advanced imports and export features for other GIS type applications. Um, there's some extra project stuff in it as well that I don't get, but there is the logging in it is the real thing that if people need, they need. And I was so happy to hear on Floss Weekly, there was some organization, I think, in Carolina that's been doing this GIS data kind of thing, and they threw away all of their Windows mobile phones when they saw this app, and they got Android devices. So I thought that was really
Wow.
cool. But there is also, if you look at the very bottom, there's a panic thing. I have no idea why there's a panic thing, but there's a panic thing in this app. So hypothetically, I enter Eric's phone number into my panic settings, and I'm out and about GISing, bro, and I'm GISing all around, and then something happens, I can hit panic, and Eric will get a message saying, "Yo, brah."
Yo, bro, I'm GISing over here. Yeah, you know, I really think, I mean, this is probably a great app, but they were probably looking for any excuse to throw out their Windows phones anyway.
Exactly.
This was just happened to be.
Right. And I'll say this is an example of an app that is so far over my head. I just notice, oh, it's pretty. Oh, it does stuff. And so if you're into GIS at all, or there's a requirement for your job or whatever to do some kind of GIS information, check this out. This also uses OpenStreetMaps, which means you can do insane amounts of offline things as well. I can't encourage people enough. Check this app out. Okay, the next one
installed. I'll check it out.
Well, the next one I'm going to throw out there is it's actually a companion. Okay, when you go in the last app, GeoPaparazzi, and you try to look at your GPS information, it will ask you, let's download this app. And I'm not a big map GPS kind of guy. This app literally fascinated me with the kinds of information it was spitting out and how pretty it was, in my opinion. It's called GPS Status and Toolkit. This might very well be a regurgitation. I didn't check it out.
Because it says I already have it installed. It says.
There you go. This is a good app so you can see how many GPS satellites you're connected to, what is true north kind of thing. Really interesting information. Yeah, that was called GPS Status and Toolkit. And Eric,
status and toolbox. GPS status and toolbox.
Yeah, toolbox. Sorry, this is the app that you need. I already sent you this link, like I think 2 days ago, and you got to help me with this one, okay? It's called Look for Find Friends.
Yes, yes. I was waiting for you to bring this one.
Well, there's the video isn't here. I can't believe they don't have the video on the Google Play Store.
That's a great video.
How incompetent of them. That's all I got to say. Utterly incompetent of them. Because the video was gold.
Yeah.
And the first thing the video says, this might be the stupidest app you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah, this is called Look For, all one word, /Find Friends by Retro Proof Media.
Yeah. And the only way I can explain this app is hypothetically, you tell somebody, come to the stadium. I'm in section G54 or whatever. I am there. They call you and they say, I can't find you. Where are you at? All you got to do is say, like, look for blinking purple. And you open the app, you pick one of the colors, you hit the button, and then your phone just blinks loudly. So you just hold the phone above your head, kind of thing, and spin it around.
And you're blinking purple, and he can easily find you in a crowd.
But I still think this is one of the stupidest things I've ever seen in my life. I don't think this is a genius app. I literally think it's a stupid app, but I love people breaching the physical world with digital apps kind of thing. You know what I mean?
It works perfect, though. I mean, it's for what it's made for. Yeah. You know,
go to a council meeting and say, look for the flashing blue or something?
Well, no, I haven't been anywhere yet. No, yeah, the council meeting. I don't think I'll need to flash blue. There's nothing. I don't remember paying 99 cents for it. Maybe I did, but it's
I
99 cents in the store now.
I think they just. Well, here's the thing. You technically, I don't think, can change from free to 99 cents. But I could have swore it was free too. I could have
I,
swore
I don't
both was
remember
free.
paying for it, and I've got the exact same app installed. Unless this isn't the exact same. Yeah, it's got to be.
I don't know.
Anyway, if it's not the exact same app, it's also called Look For, and yeah. Well, first I was showing this off to the kids, and the family, right? And they thought it was a gay app or something because it had this rainbow on there. On the second screen, when you pick your color, it's like a rainbow, and then you know. But no, it's perfect for its thing. There's one use for it. Well, there might be more uses for it, but the one use that they illustrate, I think it's just perfect for
I mean,
hailing. Oh, here you go, hailing a taxi at night.
yeah, I don't think it's going
Maybe,
to work.
maybe not. Yeah.
See, to me, the best use of this app would be something like if you can make it flash two colors. Hypothetically, I'm going to a Seattle Seahawks game. I want it to blink blue and green, but
Oh
everybody in
yeah.
the crowd does it, kind of thing. Then that's cool. But just one person saying, "Hey, I'm over here, bring me my pizza." I don't know about this app.
They say it was beta tested at Coachella, so
Oh, well,
that
there you go. What the hell
yeah,
that
you could be a
means.
real jerk in a theater with it. Just
Exactly.
point it backwards.
Yep. Okay. That was called Look For, all one word. This next app is an extreme geek tool. I will say that. But I will say people like Tim Bauermeister fixes mobile devices. Okay. To me, this app could be extremely beneficial for people who need to do like benchmarking, I'll say, on hardware in a different way and testing hardware, making sure it runs right. This app is called Ampere, Ampere, Ampere from Brain Trap Tools. Or sorry, just Brain Trap. What this app does is it gives you an insane amount of fine-grained detail about your battery and the charging status. So if you think your micro USB cable could be going bad, or your port might be going bad, you can switch out different cables and stuff, load this app, and you can see what numbers does your battery say it's getting from this cable.
Hmm.
Is everything quote unquote working as it should be? So you can also tell like if your battery's starting to die, kind of thing. I just thought this was really cool, simple, super simple interface, but kind of beautiful.
Well, I think of Joe. Remember, he was testing out a bunch of different USB cords for, I think, Nexus 7s or something, and braided
Right.
ones and nice. This would be a great way to see, because I think he was on a mission to find the best
Yeah.
micro USB cord. And
Yep. Yeah. Because all we know from my point of view is I plug it in, it charges. I unplug it, it stops charging.
yeah,
So it's good to have that kind of information.
yeah.
Okay. These next two apps, these are nieces, nephews, cousins, something, but they're by completely different people. Okay, this first one is called Ship, SHYP, shipping on demand by Ship, SHYP. Service-driven economy. That's what I truly believe America is becoming. It's a service-driven economy, and this is a perfect example. You take a picture of an item you want to ship. You send it. This place will give you a quote. Pick your types of shipping. Select when you want it to be picked up. They come to your house. They custom pack the item and send it out for you.
Wow, wow. That's a heck of a service.
It
Yeah,
is. And if you want to give at least semi-professional looking shipments without crazy amounts of packages, if you like ship maybe like one or two things a day, but you don't want to be bothered with it, putting it together and taking the tape and wrapping it all around the box like you got some kind of affliction to you, you can have these other people do it for you. Now I'm sure there's some kind of premium price for it, but what you're paying for is the convenience. Right now it says supported cities: San Francisco, but of course New York City, Brooklyn, Miami, LA soon. So if you're in one of those cities, you can use this service.
and the service is $5 more than the shipping cost.
Yeah, see, sometimes that's not really a bad thing. You know,
That's not
'cause
bad at all to
yeah,
have somebody come to your house and package it up, and I think that and
yeah,
it,
yeah. To me, I can definitely see a future with that app, and it's called Ship SHYP, Ship on Demand. Okay,
7 days a week that they do it too.
very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, this is kind of the opposite of that, but it's related. Okay, this next one is called Doorman, Doorman,
Ooh, door.
which immediately drew me to the app. Perfect
Yeah.
name, such a good name, such prestige value. Okay, this is the opposite. What this is a receiving service for your packages that require a signature. Basically, you have your online orders shipped basically to them. They sign for it, and the same day they deliver it to your door.
That's smart.
Yeah, well, Martin Rambo Bando, your friend and mine,
Mhm.
Bubbles, had the same problem. He ordered something from Amazon. He didn't realize it required a signature. It literally bounced twice. Came to his house, nobody answered the door. Came to the house, nobody was there. So for 2 days, he had to tell his customer, "I'm sorry, I haven't got it yet," because he didn't get it yet.
I used to have that problem with Dell when I would anything I'd buy from Dell would come FedEx signature. And we have a UPS, so if it was UPS signature, they could hold it at the depot. There was not a depot for FedEx for an hour away, and it was almost impossible for me to receive anything from FedEx for a while. This would have worked good.
Right. And I will say, I'm sure this only has a very limited number of cities as well. No doubt about that. But I don't know if this, to me, takes away from the credibility or adds to the credibility. I think I'm going to lean on take away from the credibility, even though it's called Doorman. One of the first comments is, "I just saw this on Shark Tank. Very cool." I don't know. It's on Shark Tank. They can probably keep it. It's just
Well, then they probably got a lot of free advertising if it was on Shark Tank. You know,
ring a ding ding.
I was just at a ship and mail type store recently that they opened up here in town, and I don't know if you've ever used one of those before.
Nope.
Basically, it's a store where you could do what the previous app does and what this does, both in one physical location.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
So you can ship through DHL, FedEx, UPS, and U.S.
Right.
Postal Service all through this one store. But then also, if you don't want things delivered to your house, you can buy an address there. So basically, if you've got a fictitious or very small business and you want a nice sounding address like
Right.
200 First Avenue, then you use theirs and you just buy for like $10 a month. You buy a mailbox there, and they'll sign for all your stuff, and they'll hold it there. They'll hold, it doesn't matter what size it is or anything.
Yeah, that to me has definite use, and with the online economy, dare I say, I can only see that kind of necessity going up.
Yeah, and plus all your supplies are there. You can go there and get your bubble wrap, and if you don't want to wrap it, they'll do all that for you too.
That's nice. Let me tell you something. Yeah.
Mhm.
Um. Okay, I'm gonna throw two more of them out here real quick. One is called Cloudex, Cloudex. We've had apps in the past, services in the past that you can link up to multiple cloud providers, and it will take all of those places and give you a single interface to all your cloud storage locations kind of thing. This is like that except for pictures. What this can do, it can connect to all those cloud type image places, Google Plus, Facebook Galleries, Dropbox, Flickr, I'm sure Imager and other places like that as well, and basically have access to all of your images through one interface. I think
Mm.
this is actually kind of cool, even though I'm not an image guy or a picture guy. This actually seems good, convenient.
You do automatically back up all your pictures though, right?
Of course, yes.
And have you found yourself, has that changed over the year? I mean, I used to do mine on the Dropbox, and then Google Plus started doing it on there, so I've got some on Dropbox and Google Plus.
Yeah, everything I had on anything else, I just moved over to Google Plus, but I also have an automatic sync backup coming down to my computer from my Google Drive and syncing back up. So I have it in two places.
Cool.
Okay, what I got next here, Eric, I just got to say it like this.
All right.
This isn't for you. This isn't for me. This might be for you or me in 20 years, though. It's called Big Notifications.
Huh.
If we have a family member, let's just say with aging eyes or macular degeneration or just bad vision, this might be a savior for them. This allows you to customize the print for the notifications menu on Android. I just think this is a really smart thing that I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that need. It's called Big Notifications from the company Big Launcher. I just gotta say, listen, everyone should at least bookmark this because you're going to come across somebody sooner or later that's going to complain about they can't read the notifications because most of the other text you can make bigger or smaller, but not that.
Huh. Okay.
So I'd say keep this in your bat belt.
Wow, and Big Launcher, who makes it, makes a big launcher that is for people with bad eyes.
Very cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Ooh, looks like I don't know a web TV remote or something. Ooh,
I didn't look at it yet.
ooh, okay.
I'm always up for a new launcher.
Good luck. Good luck with that one. Yeah, and that's all. I'm going to bring Eric.
Didn't they had a phone? Remember, didn't they have a phone like what was it called? Like a cricket or some kind of weird phone that was just for old people that would like dial home and.
You had like 3 big buttons.
Yeah.
Call home, call spouse, panic mode.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll try Big Launcher or not. Not yet. I'm not there yet.
I can tell when you're lying. You already have it installed. You've been using it for weeks.
Yeah. All right, you brought a lot of apps, Dora. I gotta keep closing all of your tabs here to find my apps. All right, my first one tonight is not for children, not for most people, even not for anybody outside the United States. This app is called Hi There, with an exclamation point. This is a social network for stoners. Basically, if you're a stoner and you want to hang out with other stoners, this is the perfect way to do it. You just basically put in a little information and start looking, and you'll get matched up with another stoner. You guys can hang out.
Okay, so instead of HI there, this is HIGH there.
Yes.
The only comment I have for this app is, dude, if your goal in life is to meet Cheech Marin, this might be one way to do it.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, if you live, I did install it for testing purposes. I did not have any stoners within probably 100 miles of myself.
Dude,
I'm glad they're not reaching out to me because I really don't have anything to provide other than I'm an app guy.
Eric, I'm sorry, I gotta say this because you brought it up. What if you installed this and you looked at it and one of your kids was on that list?
Well, that would be that. I would give them more credit than that, man. I don't think they would do that.
Well, who in their right mind would put their real name on this app? That's all I do.
Oh yeah, no. My name on there is Justin Testalot.
I thought you were going to say Stephen D'Amico.
Should have done that one, yeah.
Should have done that one. Just to test a lot?
Yeah, Justin testing a lot, I think, or something like that.
Nice.
All right.
I wonder how many people on that app are named Barack Obama. I'm just saying.
It's true. I'm not sure. But I'll tell you what, a lot of people on there were putting pictures that there's no way I would have put pictures of.
Yeah, not smart.
Yeah. All right. My next app is called Pluto TV. Pluto TV. TV for the internet. This is a nice video app. I mean, if you're a guy like me who has unlimited data, this is basically a really good way to watch music videos. They say they have 100+ channels on here. A lot of the channels are music channels. But with that said, a lot of the music channels that they have are very, very good music video channels. And there's a channel on their door that you'll even like.
Mm-hmm. I believe that when I see it there.
The very first one I'm sorry, I put the wrong link in there. Here, I'll give you the right link. The very first channel I tried was like your kind of music, like 70s music and stuff.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like 40s country.
Oh, is that what you like? You know,
I like Hank Williams, the senior.
I don't mind country and western. I like the country, but not so much the western.
I like the classic folk-based country. I'll say that, like Hank Williams Senior, not Junior.
Yeah, I don't like any country. I was just kidding. Anyway, Pluto TV. It's a nice video service. I think there is gonna be some more content in there. There's a lot of internet-only television stations on there.
Well, and I'll say it's not a bad thing most of the channels are music, because to be quite honest, most of what people watch on the internet seems like music videos. And I know more than a couple people I know have said if they wouldn't be shocked if they looked at YouTube's revenue and if 90+% of all the revenue came from people watching music videos.
Yeah, I mean it's so easy to get a song that you want to hear right now to go to YouTube. You know.
Oh yeah. Every morning when I wake up with anything in my head, any song in my head, I just come downstairs, Google, okay, Google, blah, 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 music video, and there you go. I got trolled, though, when I searched for 2 Paul McCartney songs. Apparently Paul McCartney took his songs off of YouTube, so what I got was fake music videos.
As far as McCartney.
It looked like the right music video, but then when singing was supposed to start, you either heard blah 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 blah, or you literally heard like the background noises in the video, like the cart going down the rain, and then like when they look to the side, you hear "What's up, bro?" You know, it's like total trolling, trolling at its finest.
That is funny, yeah. And that was the first video that popped up for those songs that you were looking for by him?
When I just Google searched say.
Oh, say.
It was a fake video, it wasn't a real video. And then when I looked for it was another duet with Paul McCartney, I can't remember what it was. And I looked for that, and both of them were like complete troll videos. Like whoever did it was genius.
Ebony and Ivory?
Don't think it was Ebony and Ivory.
All right. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Pulling that one out was pretty good for me. I don't know where that came from. All right, my next one is along the lines of Pluto TV, but this one is called Sling Television. Everybody's familiar with the Sling player, probably. Well, that got bought, I think, by Dish, and this is a new network for cord cutters. This is going to be $20 a month, but it has all the ESPN shows on it. It has all of the major ones: TNT, HGTV, TBS, DIY, Cartoon Network, ABC. All of these channels are live streaming, and it's a full house of TV entertainment on this app. You can get a 7-day free trial right now without having to pay for it. There's also some huge promotions. Now, when I used it, my biggest thing is, does it Chromecast? No, it didn't. Okay, it didn't. But then today, I think this app isn't that old, and just today, now they're starting to do all these cross advertising things with Amazon Fire Stick and Amazon Fire TV, where if you subscribe to Sling TV for 3 months, they'll give you a free Fire Stick or $50 off of a Fire TV.
That's smart.
Yeah. I mean that means you get the Fire TV for $10.
I know, but it still needs to Chromecast, and it wouldn't shock me if there's some kind of arrangement with the content provider saying, no, you cannot put this on a television set. If they want it on a television set, they have to go to Comcast or whatever.
Well, I think that the Fire gets it on a television set, but I think there might be an arrangement with Amazon saying, no, you're not going to get this on a Chromecast to your television set, but you can get it on the Fire, on the Amazon way to get it to the television set.
I'm a big fan of Amazon. I don't see myself ever buying that piece of hardware.
I like it. I mean, I'll tell you what, the Fire Stick, if I didn't have a Chromecast and never used a Chromecast and only used a Roku, measuring, because it's really a better comparison to a Roku than it is to a Chromecast, far superior to the Roku,
Right.
in my opinion. Anyway, that's Sling Television. Give it a 7-day free trial if you want, but make sure you do have to, and you do have to give them a credit card number. So make sure you cancel before that's up, or you're gonna get stuck with $20 charge. I think. I'm guessing. All right, my next app is for the Android Wear fans. This one is a little different. Basically, this is for your fashion friendly Wear fan. Because it's called Dress Watch, and basically what it does is it makes your Android Wear watch match your outfit. You take your camera, you open this app up, you take a picture of yourself, and it will take the colors of what you're wearing, match them perfectly, and you pick two of them to design your your watch face for that day, so that it perfectly matches your outfit.
That's pretty smart. That's pretty dang smart. The only word that came to mind was fashionista.
Yeah, fashionista. Super
Um,
easy to be a fashionista with this thing. Yeah,
that's actually really smart. That's really ridiculously smart. I can't say that enough, man.
yeah. I was pretty psyched when I saw it. I'm like, this is yeah. Smart's a good way to put it. It's just obvious. This might actually get some chicks to wear Android Wear. Who knows?
Yeah, and some hipsters, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know if it does plaid though. Door.
Ah, good point. Touche.
Good lead, touche. This next app is called Hipster.
Oh,
But it's spelled, of course,
I mean,
HPSTR, live wallpaper. Hipster, live wallpaper. Okay, so basically what this is a bunch of okay wallpapers, but then there's like this symbol of some sort in the middle of the wallpaper. It's a circle or a triangle or an X or a square, and in that circle or whatever shape it randomly picks out, it will be inverted and negative. The colors will be negative, and the image is like inverted in those sections. It's different, I guess. If you're a hipster,
okay.
might be right on, but
No. This is like a litmus test. Okay, there was a lady who I used to work with. Her name was Pat. I said anyone who doesn't like her is a jerk. So she's my testing ground. I bring her to a meeting. You don't like her, I don't like you either, kind of thing. So now what I'm gonna have to do is basically ask somebody, "Can I see your phone?" And so if they have this as their wallpaper, I know who not to like.
there you go. There you go. That's a good test.
I guess I don't know.
All right, my next app this is very exclusive. This is for Samsung Note users. This is called, I just wanted to let them know because they don't really advertise this thing, but it's kind of a cool little app. It's called Samsung Post Memo. And basically, when you install this app, if you have the Note 4, as soon as you pull your stylus out of your phone, this app will fire up. You can jot down a note and then put your stylus back in. The app closes, and whatever you wrote there will be translated into text and emailed to you. The subject line will be what it translated your text, your writing to be, and then the email will have an attachment, which is the exact note that you wrote down.
So in the note, can you attach images? I see images.
You can do a bunch of stuff like that. Yeah, I just use it just for, you can add an image in your note. You can do a bunch of stuff like that. I just use it to write down a note real quick, and then because Samsung does have this note taking app, and then it saves it in like my postcards or my scrapbook or whatever. This just emails it to my email address. So it's right there. And especially if you're like on inbox, then you can pin it if it's important still.
Right. This is really smart. That's all I say. Really smart.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. All right. We talked about Dirty Thumbs earlier, talking about empty the tank. You know that guy? He's in his 40s, and he's getting old, and there's certain things that are different about him now. He's got to go to the doctor more often.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring this app for him.
Oh no, I'm afraid.
No, no. This is called Cutley. The only reason I'm bringing this app for him is because he lives in Buffalo, New York, and it snows there a lot. This is an app that will get somebody to shovel your sidewalk or mow your lawn. That's its whole purpose. It will go out. It'll have you. It'll get you prices and everything, and then it'll find you a person to do it. But you have to. But you have to say, "I'm buying this now."
Yeah, it's definitely. I can definitely see a use case for this. I don't know how old his son is, so yes, he might want someone else once in a while to plow his driveway, if you will.
Yeah. You know what? That was my last app.
Good apps, man.
Yeah, and I didn't have anybody anywhere close to me who would be on this app. So maybe I'll just have to be I don't know. I got a new snowblower, so maybe I could be the snow king, like Homer
Exactly.
was.
Just don't drive off the edge of a mountain. Whatever you do.
Well, that's it for my apps for my tank. Dor, you got anything else to tell the peoples?
I just want to thank everyone for their support. Thank everyone for downloading, subscribing, posting to Google Plus, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube comments, or anything else. I want to thank everyone for their support, and hope Steve feels better soon. Sorry I think.
All right. Hey, I want to give a shout out to my wife for listening. She confessed to me she's secretly been listening to our shows. And she's almost caught up now. She's listened to quite a few. So, yeah. What's up, Kat? And that's it for Android App Addicts. We'll see you next week.
I know mine doesn't listen because she would have cut my something by now.
All right. I'm going to stop my Audacity.
Yeah, because every time I say a paid app, she would say,
oh, yeah.
how much money are you spending on these apps?
Yeah, that's funny. I'm like, it's just the money our listeners donated. They give me the Google Play. They give me the go ahead to do it.
Just tell her, step off. Scared money don't make none.
That's true. True that, brah.
Okay, I gotta document all my apps now. Oh man, I'm so mad, Eric. I am so mad. You have no
About
idea.
what?
About my Firefox going boom.
Oh. What's wrong with Chromium?
On the ZBox, for some reason, with the exact same installed operating system that I have on this computer, this computer, and this computer, Chrome will not work with audio with my Lexicon Alpha. Exact same operating system. It works on everything else. When I take and plug it up to anything else, it works fine. But for some reason, it doesn't work. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Your Lexicon Alpha is your
audio interface.
Okay.
And I don't understand it because it's the exact same operating system on everything. It's just on the ZBox that just doesn't work. It's like it doesn't exist. And in Linux, I've never seen a way. I'm trying to think how to say this. In Windows, this isn't a choice or an option that I know of. You can look at the operating system and see the application, and you can point the sound to something. But you can never look at the application and see what it's using as the sound. You know what I mean? Because
yeah, right. I see. Yeah.
And when I look at the OS to see the application, it doesn't exist when it comes to sound. So I don't know. I'm just completely stupefied. And since it just went and because it went boom on tonight,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna try it one more time. If it goes boom again, I can't. I gotta try to change something.
Yeah, but it's so fresh. What else is there to change?
I don't know. There's very little plugins on this thing. I can tell you that very little plugins.
I mean, physically, how many days has that operating system been running?
3,
Yeah. I mean,
4,
there
maybe.
hasn't been enough time for anything to
Yeah. So
do anything.
I don't know. I don't want to say it's a Linux thing, but I'm starting to think it's a Google Talk plugin thing in Linux. It's the only thing. I don't know what else to say. I don't understand what the hell else it could be. So now, look for all of a sudden costs 99 cents. I don't. That confuses me, Eric. I could have swore we did not pay money.
I know I didn't pay money for it.
But I've heard more than one dev say, if you ever plan on charging anything for your app, when you launch it, you have to charge at least 1 penny.
Unless they change their name by just a slight amount.
No. I had the link to the app. I saved the link to the app. That's what I launched, the link to the app. And it's cost 99 cents.
Yeah,
I
no.
don't know
I was
how
surprised when I saw that too.
Yeah, I don't know. Just
Wait a second. Did we download it from the Play Store or was it only available somewhere else at first? Because I remember watching that video.
Right.
Did we download it straight from that video place?
We might have, now that you say that.
What was the name of that app again?
Look for.
Look for, yeah.
All one word. Yeah, and I can't even remember where the hell I found the link with the video on it, but I don't understand. How can the app not have that video on the store?
I know,
Oh my
I know.
God.
That video is great. The guy is so good.
Well, and it's obvious, a professional app done by them. You know what I mean? This wasn't just some guy recording off his phone talking about the app. This was professionally done.
Right. Export.
Okay, almost done documenting. Yeah, I'll just say between you and me, Eric, I'm not a huge fan of 70s music.
Oh, aren't you?
I just say that because it drives Steve crazy. That is the worst music ever. It all sounds the same.
Oh, I don't know about. Yeah, I can't say it all sounds the same, but it all does suck, really.
Well, no, I'm sorry. He doesn't say it all sounds the same. It's like when you find one of those classic rock stations, they play the same 10 songs.
Oh yeah, I don't know if that's him or me. That might be me saying that. I always thought classic rock. It don't have to be good to be a classic.
No, it doesn't. And yeah, they do play basically the same 20 songs.
97X. Bang.
And then like 1 out of 20 songs they actually play something else.
Yeah, it's bad.
I love the satire of it on I guess it was Grand Theft Auto Vice City. It was just horrible.
Oh, I love the Grand Theft Auto radio stations, especially like the talk radio ones. Oh, they're so funny.
I'm gonna lie. For months, I would literally, when I was at a podcast, turn it on. There's a YouTube playlist that had every radio station in its entirety, so you could literally listen to the entire talk radio thing. Then it would switch to the entire, I don't know, I can't remember the stations now.
That would be great. That'd be great to just have that in your car and like have like your father-in-law or something jump in the car with you, and you're listening to this crazy talk radio, and he has no idea that it's not live.
Yeah, it's just good.
I definitely got to do that. That's fun. Yeah, that's funny.
And I will say at least once, I pulled up to a red light with my window down, and it was playing, and somebody screamed at the window, "Grand Grand Theft Auto! And just, and just kept driving. I didn't know what to do. But yeah, those talk radio stations, oh my lord. Mazelbaum, whatever the guy's name was who was the host, is an idiot. He was so rude to everybody who called up. And they would just literally call up and start saying random stuff.
Yeah.
You know, a guy told me. Yeah.
Some guy talking about love or something too.
Oh, Ricardo had the love show. Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah, there was the love show. Can't remember now. There was she and the girl, Ricardo and the like ditzy blonde sounding girl did the love show. There was the video games kill people or bad for people show
Yeah,
too.
you're right. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be right back. I can blow my nose again.
Oh man, Sean always seems a guy could have a Scotch one. Oh yeah, exactly. That's the whole thing about it. That's why I love Sean. He was a normal person. He wasn't anything. He was Sean. The guy worked, busted his butt when he was at work, came home, had a good time, relaxed. Once in a while, liked watching old stuff, nostalgic stuff, and just having a good time. Just a really unbelievably nice guy. He's the guy I wish lived 2 doors down from me. Because yeah, what he told me he used to do when he first got married and first had a kid, him and his wife would take turns, like one night him, one night her, one night him, one night her, where they would go down into the garage. Because in the garage you couldn't hear anything and you could be loud. So they would go down in the garage, have friends over, and just, have like, I don't want to say small parties, but have hangouts kind of thing. I thought, yeah, that sounds really cool.
I'm gonna have to start listening to those at work. Just to. The bad thing is, unfortunately, there's podcasts now, so people are
I
on
know.
to you. But oh man, that would have been so funny back in the day when there wasn't podcasts, just to have
Yeah.
that coming out of the radio.
And I always want to
Because
say,
it sounds like a radio, because they got commercials
yeah,
and everything,
yeah, fake commercials, yeah.
call
Constant
letters.
fake commercials. Yeah, I always want to say WRMX, but that's not right. I always want to say WRMX. It was just really good. And then Grand Theft Auto 3 was, I want to say, the one filled with completely fake music that was also based upon Scarface. Grand Theft Auto Vice City was when the music stations, I believe, had real music from the 80s on it. But it
Yeah,
also
it's all like
had,
Miami Vice kind of music and stuff.
yeah, and but it also had the better talk radio stuff, I'll say.
Yeah, the Grand Theft Auto 5 that we have in the house now. What a wonderful game. I mean, it's a horrible game in a way, but it's just so huge and
Yeah, here,
open.
are you ready?
Yeah.
Flashback 95.6, Lips 106 FM, uh, MSX FM, I guess that's mix. Head Radio, uh, Game Radio FM, I don't remember that. Rise FM, that was the Jamaicans. Oh, no, I'm sorry, K Ja was the Jamaicans. Double Clef FM, that was the pompous people with their, classical stuff. Chatterbox.
Hmm.
Chatterbox was the good talk one. These were so good. I'm sorry. The amount of detail to me that went into those radio stations alone was like mind
Oh,
blowing.
that's a whole other show and a whole thing in itself, man.
Uh-huh.
This and the music for like Grand Theft Auto 5 is very, you know, it's very contemporary, like new stuff, like stuff you'd hear on the radio and old stuff too, but it's not all 80s like Vice City was.
Well, Vice City was set in the 80s, so it should have been.
Sure. Yeah, definitely.
Liberty Rock Radio 97.8. Yeah, because that was the one thing about the old Grand Theft Auto was you could sit down and play it. Somebody else could be sitting there watching it. They would really enjoy the radio and just
What?
watching you play. They could really enjoy listening to the radio and just watching you play the game.
Yeah. I mean, when I was a kid, I would look through my screen of my screen door, and I'm like, you know what? Someday somebody's going to make a game where it's just this, and it'll look just like this, only it'll be like the screen would be the digital. I just knew that just cruising around in the town would be a thing. I just never did it.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot this song from Flashback 95.6. Push it to the limit. Push it to the limit. Yeah, man, this was just so good. So good.
Oh, I guess I was thinking take it to the
Well,
limit.
that's the real song. The fake song is Push It to the Limit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Push it to the limit. 2 more times.
So I'm going to have to listen to some of these stations again, man. Just good stuff. Oh my goodness, Eric. I so don't want to go to work tomorrow.
No? You got Monday off?
I didn't know it, but yes, I do.
Yay.
I never know. I never know when I have off. Ever.
Yeah.
Somebody always has to tell me, "Oh, you have off on Monday." What? Next Monday? This Monday coming up? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got Monday off too. That's great.
But I know she's gonna have a bunch of stuff she wants me to do. Yeah, not good. And I did use Swappa again. Martin sent me his S4, and I put it up on Swappa for a good price. I didn't get Martin a great amount of money. Wasn't the lowest phone either. But literally in less than 24 hours, just bang sold. Did I lock up again? Eric? Yeah, sure, I locked up again. Okay, sure.
Well, I guess he's gone.
I'm here. I'm back.
Hey, Dor. All right, I'm going to change my background to the picture that you were frozen on.
I'm afraid.
Oh, yeah. It's a good one.
Yeah, I'm sure you think it is.
I had to get out my snipping tool and grab this. It was that good.
We just did show 322. AUP. And oh my god, looks like I'm on the can. Having problems.
That's what I thought too. Yeah, and you were just stuck at that.
I don't even know. I don't even know why, but okay, sure.
I don't know why either.
I would say it could be worse, but that looks pretty bad.
Oh, Dor. He's like that behind me. I don't want to superimpose myself in front of that picture. like the money shot or something right there.
Okay. Saving an export. Man, that's horrible. That's horrible. Jeez.
Tokyo.
Yeah. Oh, man. I got to see what happened to my retro rig. My retro rig stopped working.
Retro rig?
Yeah, retro rig is a app you can install for XBMC interface to retro gaming. So it's a really nice interface. Really nice interface.
Huh. Yeah. I'm gonna take this off. Enough of that.
But mine stopped working. So I have a bad interface because it ain't working. Okay. So
XSplit.
update emulator binaries.
Oh no! I just got rid of the wrong thing.
That's what she said last night.
I got rid of my my camera instead of that background. All right, so we got this now.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to add my camera back in here.
Good luck.
Oh, this is. I was watching. What was it? There was something on the other day. They're like explaining green screen and how much better it is. You know how easy it is now, but
Right.
why is it green and how hard it used to be and all this stuff. And yeah, it's.
Well, I'm sure there's a logical reason why it was green.
There was. I didn't watch it yet, but all I know is I'm glad I don't have to do the work they used to have to do to make this work.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that reminds me, Eric. I got to install another application. So I might end up switching my recording box from the Zotac back to the other box. I also reinstalled that operating system because now I do believe there is a way that I can get real, quote unquote, green screen support for live streams. Where right now, for me on Linux to do green screen, it's only in post.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, can't really do it to live video without insane resources.
You know, I bought so many video programs over the years, and none of them would do green screen live.
Right.
I
Live is always harder.
was always so frustrated with that. And I'll tell you what, this XSplit is just, I love it. It's been so rock solid for us.
Well, that's the thing. When it first came out, I know it was not rock solid, but it was still more rock solid than most other ones, and
Right.
easier, and much easier.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it's pro quality.
No, but it's good.
It's good enough for what we do.
Yeah,
you
it
know.
definitely works. I gotta buy an iron too for my sheet.
Yeah, mine's pretty wrinkly too, dude. But that's because mine gets whenever there's a treadmill right behind mine. Whenever anybody runs on the treadmill, they fold it up.
Right. Yeah, and I hate the fact that there's literally a couch behind mine.
Oh, is there?
I want to get rid of the couch. She won't let me.
Oh.
I know.
Well, I can see how wrinkly yours is. Mine's more wrinkly than yours.
Gotcha.
Just looking at it. I used to have two of those. You know, I bought those. Some cheap little kids camera, green screen thing came with the green screen. You know, and I bought those for my kids so they could make some stuff, and they never really worked as well as they should have. They probably came from Kmart or some crap. But.
Right. Yeah, mine came with a 3-pack, white, black, and green. I can't do the white unless I want, because on Linux with this camera, there's no automatic white balance on the fly correction. Once in a while, it somehow kicks in to where I gotta take like a sheet of paper, put it up against the screen for it to adjust. But when I have the black background, my face pops too much off of it. It looks like I'm almost glowing.
See, this is how wrinkly mine is. You see that now?
Kind of, yeah. You're a little
There,
bit pixelated.
bump it up here, bump up the
And if I
quality.
bump mine up, I turn green, don't I? Yeah.
Okay, there's. Oh, that's for bumping up the quality in Hangouts.
Yeah. If I bump mine up all the way, I turn lime green. I'm just too
Okay,
lazy to
you
figure it
can
out.
see mine now, can't you?
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
It's pretty. It's got folds and
Doesn't
stuff.
affect the quality. Comes across fine.
Yeah.
Pisses me off so bad.
It's gonna be so cold this weekend. I'm not gonna do nothing.
Yeah, I want to say on our 10-day forecast,
Huh?
not tomorrow, but starting the next day, every day they're calling for snow.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, my kid's daycare provider's like literally like on the verge of freaking out.
That's funny.
She's like, "You're not paying me for no, 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 no. We're paying you for the gamble that there's not going to be school." I had no idea how to fix this either. I know so little about XBMC.
I think I've tried to set up a couple XBMC boxes. I just never. I don't know
Well,
if I
I'm
never
getting
got.
an error, configuration error. See xbmc.log for details. Error reading config.xml. For the add-on, the plugin called ROM Collection Browser. That's the main interface to look at the games and pick them. It's a real pretty interface where you see like the box art and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's not working. And if I exit and start up XBMC standalone, I don't know how to pick if that how to run just that. Because I know it ain't pictures. I know it ain't videos. Miscellaneous add-ons? No. Uh, can't be video. Programs. Nothing there. This shows nothing. Get more. And it isn't even there. I can't even download it there.
Yeah. Side Chef guy was really cool tonight.
Yeah. Well, when you see that app, to me, it's the kind of app I just look at and I got to think, they can't be jerks. They wouldn't be successful.
Yeah.
You know?
Such a pretty app.
Yeah. Oh, that's the whole thing with that. I mean, gorgeous. Anybody with an IQ over 85 can cook with that app.
Yep.
So, I had a pop-up here that said, you really should update to the newest version. Yet I do my update path,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't do nothing. And, okay, so
How do you update? Is that a manual thing where you have to drop it in or anything?
that's what I'm afraid of. Well, now, okay, I finally found it here in the normal XBM interface. I found ROM collection browser. No configuration found. Do you want to create one? Scrape game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Might be working. Scrape game info artwork online. Yeah, yeah. Choose platform. What are you talking about? I want to pick them all. Oh my lord, there's too many platforms. We're just going
Well,
to go classic
which one do you
NES.
really, really want the most?
Exactly. Retro rig, ROMs, NES. Huh.
Oh, that guy who deposited $250 into my account for signing up for a new after it said get $250 back in your closing costs when you open a checking account. So I did whatever. I didn't even, and this is my deal was done, and then I saw this ad in the back of his wife's magazine.
Gotcha.
So then I get a thing in the mail today. It's like, for every friend you refer, we'll give you $50.
Huh.
Dory, you need a new checking account that pays 1.5 interest?
No.
All right.
I already got a real good one. It's Bluebird. I don't have to pay anything ever. Everything's completely free. No minimum, purchase or no minimum account. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
I can't say it right.
Does it pay you money? Interest?
No, I do get money back from my PayPal. When I spend money, it gives me money back.
This one's totally free, and as long you got to jump through some hoops, but it pays better interest than a CD right now. It's 1.5% interest, but you have to use your debit card 15 times a month. So what my dude says, this is what the old folks do, since it pays better than their CDs and stuff. They're doing this checking account. They go to Walmart and buy 15 packages of ramen and have them ring them up separately.
That's crazy, dude.
You know, I don't care. And I put $20,000 in this thing. It's worth my 15 cents, 15 minutes, or not even at the Walmart to do it. I don't care.
Right.
I'll piss off some Walmart checker.
I'm sure you will.
Or I could just go to the self-check. If I go to the other one, my Walmart doesn't have self-checks, but the one across the bridge does. Gotcha. I could just do that myself 15 times. I've never really had a good experience with the self-check, though. I did get accused of hacking it once.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I voided out my own thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on what you're checking out.
He wasn't
if you only got like a 2-liter and a can of Pringles, I'm fine with self-checkout. Once you get so many items or fruit or something, I don't do no self-checkout. God, this pisses me off so much, Eric.
Yeah, I gave up and bought an Xbox One.
Oh my goodness, you have too much money.
That wasn't my son's Christmas present.
I
hope
he's thankful.
I think so. Now he wants to buy a SCUF controller for it.
A what?
SCUF controller?
What's a SCUF controller?
Basically, they take in a stock Microsoft Xbox One controller and they drill holes in it and put set stops in it so that when you're squeezing the triggers for like to shoot, you're not pulling back any extra. Right when the trigger hits the thing to fire, it's right there, so you can fire faster. And then they also install paddles underneath the controller, which controls like the B and the X or X and Y buttons up top. You do those underneath with your fingers under here. He had one. I bought him one for the Xbox 360.
That doesn't make any sense to me. That seems like makes it more inefficient.
No, it's much more efficient. It's good stuff. Instead of doing the full trigger throw, every time you try to shoot with the trigger button, you don't have to do that. Just
well, it can't be that much different.
I don't know. I wouldn't. I don't know if it is or not, but he thinks it is.
So on the bottom.
They install these paddles.
Does it actually wrap around?
No, they're drill holes in the bottom, and they rewire the inside and put new switches underneath these things. Yeah, no, there's separate switches that these paddles hit. That then you can still control the buttons up top too, but they're soldered in extra switches in these paddles.
Needs a computer, man. If he wants to get custom controls, he just needs a computer. I'm guessing he's playing first-person shooters.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, computer. There's no better experience on first-person shooters than on a computer.
I tried to tell him that, man. I go. You move that mouse around is just natural to be looking around and shooting. Yeah, I mean, we got the fancy keyboard and mouse for it too.
And literally now it's up to 4 times the resolution on computers.
Yeah, yeah. I think this is probably the last Xbox.
Yeah,
That one,
because
for it to be
because
4 times the resolution after the Xbox has only been out a year.
well, the problem is here's one of the gimmicks. Before this round of consoles, Eric, every single round of consoles going back to the Atari, the one with the highest power, never won. Ever. Never won.
Yeah.
Because games were never about how good they looked. It was always about how many games are out there and are they good games.
Hmm.
So the NES was not the most powerful console. It destroyed. Super Nintendo, when it launched, was not the most powerful. It destroyed. You know what I mean? The Nintendo GameCube was. It bombed horrible. It's always the lesser quality hardware seems to win because quality is it's a never-ending thing. You're never going to be up to the par. And now with quality in graphics getting to where it is, you're always going to be behind on consoles. Always going to be behind. You
Yeah.
know, and it's like they're going to get to the point where they're just falling too far behind too quick. And when you focus on that being the primary selling point of your console, both Sony and Xbox, I don't see how you're going to get past it.
Yeah.
Well, I might have my retro gaming thing working here, Eric.
All right.
I don't know. What I don't understand is I come into here, I launched it, and it says, "Do you want me to scan for games?" I say yes. I go into the retro rig interface and I try to launch it. It says error in configuration file.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know. All right, man. I gotta go to bed. I gotta get some sleep. My head's killing me.
Cool.
I hope you feel better, man.
I'm feeling much better. I'm
Good.
feeling much better. And you have a good weekend. Have a good long weekend.
You too, man.
All right. Talk to you later.
Take it easy, everybody.